Righty. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, April 1st here. Happy April Fools to everybody. No pranks for me this stream, but happy Wednesday. Let's get into some live trading analysis. So everybody in chat right now, Higgs. I see we have Higgs in here. We've got Kane, Alex, Aleeks, Yap. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastic on this Wednesday morning here. Getting ready for some New York AM session. I'll be running the first hour here, and then we'll have Bray joining us as well. But honestly, seems like we've got a pretty prime day for today. Riley, Len, good morning. LP, good morning. Good morning. We are live and ready to rumble. So, first and foremost, everybody, what exactly did we see happen yesterday? At least you could say that you meant a short instead of a long if it was an L. True. This is true. This is true. But yeah, good morning, Mitchy. Good morning. All right. So, first and foremost, what are we seeing from today's market, right? I think it's important that we get into kind of a daily rundown. So here on NASDAQ on the daily time frame, we see that Monday ended up setting the range where Tuesday manipulated the low of Monday, where we had Monday's low manipulated during the Tuesday market session. What did that lead to? Well, as I mentioned on every single one of my streams and every time I give you guys analysis, every single time I see a manipulation occur, I want to see what exactly happened. I want to see distribution to the opposing side. So here with NASDAQ, what do we see on the daily? Well, Tuesday swept out. We saw a bearish manipulation of Monday's low, which has now led to a bullish distribution higher. Following that, we now have Wednesday session, which would be considered a candle 3 profile. For those of you that know how I trade, I typically like to trade the expansion leg of candlesticks. And so here on the daily time frame, we are now seeing a candle 3 expansion higher. So when it comes to analysis for today, genuinely, I'm looking for higher prices. The only thing that is of potential conflict for higher prices would be this fair value gap here that we ended up forming. And currently we are inside of this daily fair value. So we just mark this out as our daily fair value here. This would be a potential concern for myself since price is tracing currently into the 50% of this fair value. So as we get into New York session, there is a potential chance that we'll see some manipulations occur at the highs, maybe even some potential SMT before we see a retracement into none other than this major 6-hour fair value that formed here. So typically when I'm trying to approach markets, especially looking at higher time frame frequencies, I like to look for the daily in the 6-hour profile. This has been working for me, like honestly has been working wonders for me personally. And so all we're seeing right now is we are currently inside of the range of this daily fair value gap. We've formed this large 6-hour fair value during the 12 o'clock period during Tuesday's market where we had that very bullish expansion. And so ideally, there's two situations that can play here if I want to frame a potential setup. One, we get above the daily fair value gap. We see, a light retracement form after we get above, and we use this SMT divergence within a fair value to end up seeing a higher price form. And so this is what I would be looking to see. Mike, are we seeing an issue with them? I'm seeing Mike. Oh, never mind. So here, what I would want to see is either continue higher prices. So we break above this daily fair value gap and price continues to expand during this candle 3 session higher. If not, what I would want to see is because, as we can tell, since the 6 o'clock candle yesterday, we have not had a single bearish candle yet. We've had 5 consecutive bullish candles since the 6 a.m. 6-hour candle yesterday. And so for me personally, market needs a rebreather period or a retracement. So ideally, the ideal profile that I'd like to see as we get into New York session would be a retracement into the 6-hour fair value, form some type of an SMT divergence at these lows here, and then utilize this SMT divergence to find some type of a continuation sequence higher. Because when we look at the framework for this potential trade, we've seen a very strong manipulation occur. Following the strong manipulation, we've now seen a distribution to the opposing side. So a bearish manipulation followed by a bullish distribution. And now with a bullish distribution, what do I want to see? Well, I want to see candle 3 expand higher. The only thing of note as well here for this potential setup is the fact that because of this daily, typically when I look for an expansion, I want to see what form on the following candle. The open typically leads to a retracement within the upper 50% of the previous daily move, followed by an expansion higher. But as we can tell with candle 3 here, candle 3 just immediately decided to expand higher, which does become an area of potential concern for myself since I am unaware of whether or not market is going to retrace a little during the New York period before we expand higher by rejecting off of this daily fair value, or if trend is just going to continue higher and I'm not going to get an opportunity to enter within this market period. So for myself, that's kind of what I'm watching for today. That's going to be the major watches for me. So higher prices would be ideal, but if we form a higher time frame sweep and an SMT at the highs, this could definitely be a potential region where I could see market end up continuing lower in a retracement into the 6-hour fair value. Same kind of framework here with the 4-hour as well. We've had very large consecutive bullish candles. So after a specific time, bulls are going to be relatively weak, and we're going to want to see market makers retrace market to reaccumulate before sending higher prices. So as of right now, that is what we are watching. But some questions for chat. How has the week of trading been for everybody so far? Monday, Tuesday, how's everybody doing so far? Are we doing well? Are we doing good, bad? Good analysis. Thanks. Yeah, of course, Len. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Good morning to you. Riley, Len, Trader Aleeks, Mitchie. Good morning, everybody. It's going to be a fun one. I know we're still about an hour and 20 minutes away from the proper New York Open here, but still 8 o'clock has been moving relatively well. Those pre-New York AM sessions have been moving quite well recently. So it'll be fun to see kind of how we can framework some potential trades for today. But as of right now, this is what we are watching. For keeps, hello, good morning. Let me quickly get a notification online that I'm live with the lab, and we'll get into some more analysis here. So let me just go live now, and then I'll get another notification here just to make sure that people are notified that we are indeed live on YouTube with the lab. So live now, just so everybody knows to come tune in. But yeah, a question for all of you. How has the week of trading been? Have we been selective? Have we been following a proper risk management model? What's kind of been the verdict for all of you this week? Have we been relatively good? You need to be brave to short this market. Oh, 100%. Yeah, this market definitely doesn't look too primed for shorts. Puttum, good evening from Bali. Hell yeah, I've been always wanting to visit Bali. Well, hello, Bali, from myself. Currently, 15-minute here is retracing into this 15-minute fair value. I'd be curious to know whether or not we see if we see a leg lower off this manipulation. But here, if we can see just the hour and the 4-hour profile, looks like we're just getting a retracement into an hourly fair value gap before we can expand higher. What's up, LP? So honestly, we'll see whether or not we inverse this 15-minute, but this could be good for potential, I don't want to say potential short opportunities, but retrace deeper into these larger fair values down here. That could definitely be kind of what I could watch for as well. Be cool to see if we can framework a trade pre-New York session as well, since I've been really liking the 8 o'clock movement recently. But then again, I'm not entirely sure. It's going to have to depend on whether or not market is ready to make that move yet. Good night from Bali 2 twins. That's awesome. We got a bunch of Bali folks. That's super sick. So yeah, hourly as well. Here we see that we formed some hourly fair values, which we're forming into right now. So I'm honestly just marking a lot of these imbalances right now because one of the major things to note too is when markets are creating this many imbalances, when we have this many fair value gaps, this becomes an area where we can start to scout for retracement periods. These retracements in market were very shallow, right? We didn't have many deep retracements. And so for New York session, it would be kind of hard to frame shorts because we are currently in a C3 expansion. But for myself, I can't lie, really looking like we're going to see prices continue higher. Watching on a bus to Machu Picchu, Mario, that's fucking sick. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Well, enjoy that. I'm reporting live from London here, final day abroad. And then we're back in California. So get ready for some more stream frequency, guys. It's going to be a fun one. But yeah, so we have this hourly fair value here too that I'm definitely wanting to pay attention for. This 15-minute sweep could lead to a manipulation leg where we see a deeper retracement. But ideally for New York, I think the most ideal framework for me to feel the most confident with today's market would be the following. Higher time frame sweep, SMT at the highs, take a deep retracement short, and once we form a deep retracement short, look for it to locate itself within this higher time frame imbalance, being the 6-hour fair value. And once we see a retracement into this 6-hour fair value, find an SMT between a correlating asset before grabbing a continuation higher. So for myself, there's 2 potential opportunities for today. I would be pretty amped to take either of them, but I'm not too sure. Let's make Bali base headquarter for the lab. Dude, at this point, might not be bad. Just hit a little surf session in the morning and then rip a couple lab streams. I wouldn't complain, chat. I wouldn't complain. But anyways, so right now, as of right now, I'm sitting on my hands. I kind of just want to see whether or not we can form an SMT between some assets. No SMT here, maybe YM. No SMT. We have slight SMT with YM. YM did form the short signature here. But still just kind of a difficult, it's a hard market to short. Reasons being as well, I mean, we have these major imbalances that just could be periods of retracement, right? Because even though we did form the short signature on YM and we also do have a micro SMT here, this doesn't really give me a presentable area to want to short just because we're not really sure where market wants to head, right? YM here, we saw the closure, we're tracing back into the 60, but these large imbalances tell me that this is just going to be a weak retracement leg before we see an expansion higher. That's kind of what I'm watching for. But New York session in Bali is like 9 p.m. I mean, that's not bad, right? You finish your dinner, you come home. It's quite late, I can't lie, but I feel like you could do, right? I feel like you could potentially go, right? Maybe I'm mistaken. I feel like you could go. Maybe I'm wrong here. But anyways, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Looks like New York here, or it looks like Nasdaq and Y. I'm probably going to continue lower off this SMT. Oh wait, also, yeah, I've misformed the SMT. This is incorrect SMT. My apologies. SMT between these assets would be this for New York, or for Nasdaq, and this for YM. So YM actually is the leading asset in this pair. This would be the stronger pair to short here if we wanted to go short. I myself am not going short on this move just because I'm a little skeptical of these large imbalances here, but I could see the framework. You know, like it's feasible. There's feasible framework for these shorts, especially on the 15. You're compared to the rest of the volume in previous streams, yours is a bit low right now. Am I the only one? Oh, let me increase it. Alrighty, this should be a lot better. Sometimes I accidentally, when I set up the microphone, I move the input volume. So shoot me a message, Yap, in chat if this is better for you. Is this? Let me know if this is better. This should be good in terms of volume now. I'm assuming. Beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing a tiny bit. All right. Well, we'll increase it even more. Okay, so I have the input quite high now, so we'll see whether or not that makes a difference for you. If not, not a worry. I can try and see how we can fix it as well. But I've got it. I've got the input relatively high here. Volume is good. Okay, sweet. Yeah, don't hesitate to let me know. By the way, guys, if there's anything that's if volume's not good, if you guys need me to change something, don't hesitate to put it in chat. Anyone having can't trade currently? Yeah, Ed, I was having trouble logging in this morning. It's been fixed now for me, but I was having trouble logging in. Maybe that was just on my end. A tiny bit. All right, yeah. Just let me know. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. So as of right now, these YM shorts on the 15 look more promising. Just because we have this leading asset, Nasdaq is just hitting a retracement leg as of right now, but we'll definitely see. Probably prices continue lower here. It just depends on how we react to this 3-minute imbalance. Because now we also have an SMT at these lows. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see. We will see. Good morning, though. Any trades today? I wanted longs since London, but no 4-hour retrace. So far, I'm tradeless on the day. Haven't taken anything quite yet. No trades from my end yet. I'll probably get some trades in pre-New York or New York session. Just depends on how this 15 plays out. But as of right now, I'm hands off on market, just kind of sitting and viewing to see how we'll move here. Because Nasdaq and YM look relatively weak. I'm looking for a deeper retracement, Martin. So we'll see. Leo, do you trade only indices on New York session or other assets? I trade commodities as well. I trade gold and silver. I've been trading silver less recently. I can't lie, the spread's been pretty shit on silver for me, especially like at the time zones I've been trading silver, like New York PM or Asia session. It hasn't been super solid for me. So yeah, but I typically trade gold. Gold and silver would be like the two mains, or two gold and silver are the other two assets. Other than that, not too much else. I've messed around with crude a little bit. Can't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of crude either. But yeah, also, yeah, so just to map out this short for you guys, so we have an SMT. Stop would be at the high, target a 1.5R here on YM. But the one thing, the reason, as I mentioned to you guys, I'm skeptical for these shorts is we have this large imbalance. So if YM comes in here, we could form an SMT within gap fill, which could definitely send the market higher here off this retracement. Will these lives be consistent, or are you guys only testing? These are going to be very consistent. The lab live is the lab live, baby. All sessions from now on, so be prepared. It's gonna be fun as fuck. 8:30 and 10 news. Yep, you know it. Brother is on it. Trump 9 p.m. Yeah, we've got quite a few folks. Are you using DXY for negative correlation NQ, for example, risk on, risk off? Sometimes. LP, I can't lie, not too often, to be frank. There goes NASDAQ here. NASDAQ and YM getting much weaker off this. So that's the 1.5. I just want to see how YM reacts to this imbalance. But shorts do look decent here off this SMT, and we're inside this higher time frame fair value gap. So yeah, Jiver, Silver, these are going to be very consistent streams. So expect us to be hitting these streams quite often. I know the lab, this has been a goal of ours for a bit. So we're going to do almost, I think it's every session every day. So what indicator are you using that's showing SMT? It's the TLM higher time frame candles. I mapped out this SMT myself though. It's hard for me to short this 4 hour candle. The wick is huge. Yeah, the wick is huge, but also off this 4 hour, like if we look at the 6 hour, even 6 hour daily, like there hasn't been a deep retracement on this. That's the one thing I'm a little skeptical of. Wow, 15 looks good. Looks like this 15 might just rip lower here. Holy cow. Jeepers nuts, man. Alrighty. Well, she's going. Let's go. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So stay tuned. That's why if you haven't, like and subscribe, guys, because these streams are gonna be on often. And the more you guys like, the more you guys show support on these streams, the more streams we're actually gonna do as well. Obviously we'll do them regardless, but it helps us out. Helps us out quite a lot if you guys like the stream. So right now, as of currently, we're forming this SMT between NQ, which is what I was mentioning here. If we form an SMT within gap fill, this could really invalidate these potential shorts. So that's the one thing I want to watch for since this is now an active SMT. We could, if this fails to play, I might go long off of this, to be frank. Keep these SMTs in. If we fail this short signature down, or if we inverse this fair value, I'm gonna scratch this trade. If we respect this fair value and continue higher, I'll probably go long on Nasdaq here. SMT, smart money techniques or tactics, whatever you want to call it. Mind looking at silver 1 hour fair value gap to longs? Yeah, I got you. I'll look at that in just a second. I'm new here. What is indicator? Yeah, slim. So it's TLM higher time frame candles. Good morning there, everybody. Happy freaking Wednesday. We're on. Shout out the production team for getting this set up as well. Also, chat, I've been having a field day trading SPX options at the open. Oh my lord. All right, so let's look at silver here. 1 second. Let me get this open for you. Silver 1 hour. Oh, I see what you're looking at. 1 hour fair value gap to longs. So in what sense are you talking this fair value down here that was rejected off of that we're currently rejecting? Because we have this hour fair value, but we wouldn't validate a long signature until we made it back above the mid 82 range. So that's on the hourly. This wouldn't give me framework here. I'd more look for like a 15-minute framework. Well, can be live with NT still. Yes. Hey, Larry, are you using IFEG after 930 model? No, I'm not. I don't trade inversion fair values personally. So I will not be trading inversion fair values. Yeah. Inversion fair values are good confluence for me, but I personally don't trade them. No. I'm not too keen on trading inversions. So yeah, guys, as of right now, it's kind of a sit and wait scenario for myself. Can't even trade prop with trade evade issue. Yeah, makes sense. There's been a few issues. I was having troubles this morning getting on my NinjaTrader account, but it's back up and live, so my personal funds are good. Today I'll probably be trading I'll be trading a mix. So also, heads up guys, once again, I got to remind you guys, Lucid running up some promos. We got quite a few folks running some crazy promos. And so if you guys haven't already, once again, make sure you guys are using code LAB at checkout. Just in general, helps out the lab a lot. Also, it's just, if you like the streams and want to support us, the least you can do is just use code LAB, or like the stream even. So yeah, but as of right now, the short signature looks like it's going to play. I'm curious to see whether or not I'm going to have to fade these longs because of this SMT, or if this 15 is going to reject heavily off, because the 1 minute right now is rejecting a little off the encroachment. Let's turn off this, shall we? Yeah. All right. So here, yeah, we're pulling into this fair value. These shorts are gonna go. These shorts are definitely gonna go, I think, to that 1.5 R. Took the short done for the day. Did you take this SMT short that I was just this YM SMT short I was just talking about, or what short did you take? There goes Nasdaq. E220 is a stream off. Very nice. I'm happy to hear it. We got some folks. We got some folks taking some trades live on stream. I'm amped to hear it. I'm hands off once again for right now, so I'm just gonna let this. Yeah, a bit of a. We still have this SMT present here, but it's looking like we're just gonna continue lower. Nasdaq looks weak. YM's definitely continuing to this 1.5 hour as well. Looks like we're gonna inverse this fair value. Yeesh. Chat. This is gonna go rippy. This is gonna go rippy. This is gonna go rippy. What sort of percent of your account do you risk per trade? It depends, Dave. So I've been trading a lot more personal capital recently, just because I'm trying to scale my personal account. But when it comes to props, I'm a big fan of trading 50Ks. And so most of the time, I mean, if I've built a really big buffer, I won't answer in terms of when I have big buffer. Like on my top step accounts, I have a really large buffer, like over 10K for my funded buffers. So for those, I would literally throw on $1,500 to $2,000 of risk on a trade, just because I have high confidence. For someone who like yourself, I don't know what your position is with trading. I typically would shoot for no more, like on a 50K, no more than $250 of risk per trade. Do you guys go into market with a different mindset when is the first or last day of the month? Absolutely. Absolutely. First day of the month and last day of the month typically are when I'm a little more cautious. What is your model with gold, Leo? Higher time frame sweeps, change in state of delivery. Once we see a change in state of delivery as well, typically use entries on that. So SISTs I'm really keen on. I also like to use SMTs. Wow, looks like we're gonna have to fade this long here. It looks like we're gonna dump a bit. This would be nice. Honestly, I don't know if it'd be nice, but pre-New York session, if we see a deep retracement, then we can really look to frame longs during New York AM. So I'm actually kind of liking what I'm seeing here because ideally, the ideal situation would be a deep retracement pre-New York, and then we can frame a bearish manipulation into some bullish longs off of the New York AM. So I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. This is quite nice. But question for chat, in terms of volume, everything, how are we looking? Are we volume, cameras? Are we all liking? Just drop me a thumbs up in chat if you guys are digging it. Just want to make sure that we're on par here with all of you. Just want to make sure the mic is good as well. I think we're all set there. Chat, just start getting some sunnies on here pre-New York session. Shoo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna put these on when we get into a trade. When we get into a trade, I'm gonna just whip these on. Right? What do we think? Could be louder, brah. All right. Could be louder, brah. All right. Let's see if we can even increase it. I could increase it even more, maybe. Wait, let me see. 48 volts. All right. We have this thing like maxed out. Could be louder, brah. I got the sunglass emojis. You guys are funny. Looks like wow, I'm curious. New 15 minutes gonna form. If we reject off this 15, wait, hold up. Hold up, chat. Hold up, chat. Oh, we removed SMT though. No longer SMT and gap fill. Unfortunate. Yeah, the sound is so now is better. All right, yeah, I legit have this thing maxed out. So you guys should, yeah, it's actually 100% maxed out in terms of my input. So you guys should definitely be able to hear me now. 100%. Yeah, better, brah. Better, brah. What's up, Riggs? So reject off of this. Wait, hold up. What's ES looking like? Maybe ES still has. Damn it. No SMT on ES. I really was hoping. I think you're peaking a lot. I'm peaking a lot though. Okay, so we'll decrease it a little bit so I'm not peaking, and then we'll keep it consistently like right here. Turn it down a bit. All right, there we go. This should be pristine here. I'll put it right by my mouth as well. Yeah, sound is peaking. That makes sense. Yeah, what's up, Elias? Good morning. Good seeing you. Sound quality is worse now. Turn it down. All right, now we're good. Looks like we're golden, pony boy. Stay golden, pony boy. Nice. So I've got the personal account live right now. We are golden. Got the fundeds ready as well. We are A-okay. Ay. Those YM shorts are printing, dude. Yeah, looks like we're gonna. Good morning. What's up, Flitch? Ludo, we can hear you good. Awesome. It's hard to short YM now. These are clean daily highs just above us, preferably. I mean, that's why I looked at this short here, because this retrace, because had I taken this YM short, first of all, I would have taken this YM short because it's the leading asset in this pair. It's the stronger asset in this SMT. In this right now, no, Elias, I'm not. I was just frameworking this one. Ideally, honestly, I should have taken it. The only reason I didn't was just for this fair value here gave me a little bit of skepticism that we were going to reject off. But I could have taken the short and targeted the fair value and just closed my position had we rejected off of it. Stoked about the lab doing this live stream. We needed some legit streamers at this time. Hell yeah, bio. Biochem comp sci. Dude, cracked out username. I'm assuming you do biochem and computer science based on your username, eh? Leo, what's your trading style? Trading style for myself, look for SMT divergences, higher time frame sweeps, and change in states of deliveries. Those are by far my most preferred methods, 1,000%. You will literally only see me trade higher time frame sweeps, fair value gap continuation entries, and SMT within gap fills or systies. Like that is literally my process. Yeah. Alrighty. I'm gonna just keep my mic like right. I'm gonna be kissing my mic for all of you right now. Should be good. Get it right in front of the mouth here. 100 viewers, 32 likes. Come on, hit that like button. Yeah, this is true. 100 viewers and 32 likes. Chat. We're getting some messages in chat. I know you guys like these streams, right? You don't just come on these streams to dilly daddy, right? So if you guys haven't already, like the stream and subscribe. Chat. I think honestly, by next week we gotta hit 2K subs on the lab live, like easily, man. It's like a non-negotiable, right? At this point, chat, I'm gonna start like solving a Rubik's cube or something on stream too. Wow, good framework. I'm curious to see how this 15-minute reacts to this fair value. Well, we've removed the SMT, which is the only thing here. Silver, yeah, silver with this SMT is gonna probably continue lower, also because it's tapping or might tap into this fair value. What's GC looking like? What's the damage? Wowza, wowza, GC's going. Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Juno. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are liking the stream. How much of stuff are you carrying with you when you travel? It's all the equipment with you. Literally just carry laptop, charger, DJI Osmo Pocket 3, audio mixer, and mic. I mean, obviously clothes, right? I'm not naked on the streams, but yeah, I do. That's basically all I bring. Because realistically, it's all I need. As long as I have my MacBook camera is good. If not, I'll just use my Osmo Pocket and connect it as a webcam since it's 4K res. And if not that, then just do no face cam. What's a shame, JL? Also, howdy, JL. So it looks like YM here is going to play out full 95 points. Jeez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. 1 minute looks pretty shite, though. Yeah. 1 minute not looking too crisp here. What's a shame, JL? What's poppin', brother? Yeah. Yeah. YM's going to play this out beautifully to this 1.5R as well. Yeah, so Mitchie, not too much to be honest in terms of what I'm traveling with. 15, 4, 6. I mean, GC is just going to continue higher, unless we somehow reject off of this 4 hour, 6 hour fair value. But I'm honestly thinking GC is continuing higher here as well. Curious to see if we fail to inverse this fair value too on the 15. I'm quite hands off right now, but I can't lie, chat. The framework for today looks really solid. Framework for today looks extremely solid on most indices. So I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing here. So I'm curious to see how we react. But as of right now, I'm a big fan of this framework. YM is, yeah, so if we inverse this fair value here on YM, honestly expecting to see 46 low sevens right now, 46,700s, tag into these wick lows here. And after that, New York AM, watch for a bearish manipulation into a bullish expansion, because based on this framework here on the daily, there's no reason why we shouldn't be continuing higher unless we aggressively reject off the daily time frame or off the daily fair value with an SMT. But as of right now, it looks pretty mean, chat. I can't lie. And also, I think we actually might have a daily SMT. Yeah, we have a daily SMT here. Oof. Daily SMT within this gap fill as well. So, chat, it's looking like something's gonna happen today. That's for sure. So New York AM, if we don't get the retracement pre-New York AM, I'm really expecting New York AM to give us this temporary bullish manipulation or a bearish distribution before a bullish expansion higher. That's a shame. NQ and YM on SMT on the daily. Correct. We still have a 4-hour fair value gap at 10 on YM. Could be perfect. Yeah, this is true as well. Juno, guys, bearish on the likes. We need to change. I know. Got to get the likes on the stream. So yeah, YM's going to play out to 1.5R here very smoothly, it seems. Incredibly smoothly. Wow, wow, wow. Shout out YM, dude. What an animal of an asset, man. Phew. YM just ain't going to stop, man. Just going to keep dropping. All right, well, YM would have tagged out. All-time high on likes incoming. This is true. This is true. What Juno said. What Juno said. Yeah. This looks really wow. YM's framework was actually pretty solid. And this 15 is most likely going to inverse as well. 799, 801, 804. Do you still use IB? Yes, I actually still do use IB. I don't use it as a primary analysis, but I do quite enjoy using IB, especially when it comes to options trading. Options have been working really well with IB retracements, so that's been a main trading model of mine recently. To be frank, delayed protractions are basically just fake moves designed to trap traders. It's basically like when price doesn't like immediately create a higher or low after the midnight open and then waits more until 2 a.m. like London session to manipulate or to make the move. So that's the simplest way I can describe delayed protraction. Some people I know refer to it as like London delayed protraction, just because you only see the true move happen at 2 a.m. New York time, which is London session. That's the simplest way to describe delayed protraction for you, boss. Boss man. Curious to see. Now we're pulling to this fair value here on NASDAQ, so we'll see what happens. What type of sauce is NASDAQ going to get up to, man? NASDAQ continuing lower, 112. Let's see if we can drop lower here on NASDAQ. Pulled into the fair value. Might be micro SMT on the 3-minute here. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? You're awesome. Thank you. Crystal clear explanation. Happy to hear it. Simplest I could give. Just think of it. Simplest way, I think an easy way to remember is just think of it as London delayed protraction. Like London session creates the real move. Do I trade Forex? I do not trade Forex. No. I'm actually bearish on Forex. No, I don't like trading Forex personally. Sorry, boss. Forex is not my cup of tea, man. I can't lie. Go SMT forming. Yes, swept. NQ did not. Yep. SMTs are present, man. We're going to see them soon here. See what happens here on NASDAQ with this move 117. Let's see if we can get back down to, because we're probably just about to inverse this fair value here. So I'm curious to see if we can. Curious to see what happens here on this 3. 3 looks bearish as well. Bit of a retracement here after quite an aggressive 3-minute. Gonna retrace a little before we continue lower, I assume. 121.15. See what happens, eh? Bit of a reaction now off this fair value too. We'll see what happens, eh? Curious to know if this 3 ends up tracing back a bit. 122.25. That brings me to 119.31. Boys, be sure to turn on notice for when we stream, since we're live every day, 3 times a day. What Alex said, boys. What Alex said. Listen to Alex, man. He's not joking, dude. We're actually live 3 times a day. What's the bias on the day for NQ Bray? Let's try not to spam the questions. Bias on the day is looking for longs. Probably going to look for a short-term bearish move before framing long continuations. That's the rundown. Just for next time, just know you can only put. I'm reading all the chat, so you can literally just put one question. I'll see it. Just a heads up for future reference, boss man. I understand the need to get the question answered, but just letting you know. Try not to get yourself banned for no reason. If YM closed like this in the 1 hour, is it bearish considering it created a gap? Good question. Let me answer that in just a sec. Let me get this. I'm trying to get my personal open once again here, and then I'm all question open. Ninja Trader keeps logging me out, so I gotta quickly see if I can get back into my NT personal account. Trade some personal capital. You'll get your message. No need for spam. Yeah, I'm going through all of chat right now, so trust me, guys. If you guys have a question, it will be answered. I'm on it. I'm on it today. I'm absolutely on it today. I'm locked in. Locked the fuck in. Alrighty. So questions, Leo, my go. What's good? What's up, Mahadi? Can you describe the thought process of the short on NQ? 15-minute SMT at the highs inside of a higher time frame fair value gap confirmed a change in state of delivery. YM, it wasn't NASDAQ that I was shorting. It was YM that I would have wanted to short. Reason being, SMT confirmed with a change in state of delivery inside of a higher time frame fair value gap, leading asset, stronger asset of the correlated pair. So now all I'm looking for is to see a short signature. So target of 1.5R. Reason I didn't enter was because we had a conflicting fair value gap here, which is an area I'm not as interested in trading. You get your message, no need? Yeah. If YM closes this on the 1 hour, isn't it bearish considering it created a gap? So technically, yes, it would be more bearish. But when you look at the daily time frame, when you look at the daily profiling, we saw the expand. I mean, technically, it's there. There's also an SMT between Monday and Tuesday, because there's this major SMT at the lows since the daily on Nasdaq swept and formed this. So for me personally, it'll be short-term bearish for me because when we look at just the next one up, if we look at the daily and 4 hour, like this daily profile is primed for a daily expansion higher. So what we'll most likely see if YM closes, we'll see a short-term bearish retracement to form the wick of this new daily, and then I can honestly expect rest of New York AM, New York PM, and even Asia session to expand higher off the daily. That's what I'm looking for. Isn't this deep retracement to continue higher? Yes, that's what I've been mentioning on the stream. I'm just looking for a deep retracement for a continuation signature higher, which exactly is what we're getting right now. So I'm a happy camper. Still cannot trade. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening with the trade of 8 prop side of things here. I don't work the back end, so I do apologize, but I'm not sure what is happening with the trade of 8 prop side. So yeah, guys, sitting on the hands right now, honestly, no regrets on missing the YM short, although it did look pretty clean considering this SMT that formed. SMT and the SIST, with being in this higher time frame gap. Well, there's news, by the way. Jeez Louise, man. Was that a 200-point candle? What is this? That's 8:30 news. There goes it. I mean, what in tarnation, man? Well, we just jumped about 100. Jeez Louise, dude. Stay away. Stay away from me, YM and NASDAQ. This is horrible, man. What is this? Not the price action we want to be trading, Chad. That's for sure. Trump speaking. Yeah, I would do it, wouldn't it? Is that a shocker? Is that a shocker? No, it's not. You know, we kind of expected. Well, more reason for me to be hands off. Woohoo! I'm hands off now. Probably got stopped out of break even. I mean, hey, it happens. At least it was break even, right? Could have been worse. Well, all the more reason for me to step off the charts right now, man. This is a little volatile. Dude, what the fuck was that? That was actually diabolical, chat. That was genuinely diabolical. What a candlestick. Holy cow. What'd he say? There's an indicator corner ticker. TF label would be easier. Yeah. Just looking in the corner. Yeah, fair enough. Dang Trump. Dang Trump sending these markets in some crazy directions, man. Can't get enough of it. Well, that was a bit absurd. Oh my god. That was a bit hectic, chat. That was ugly. Yeah, well, I mean, that kind of just really removed my Well, now I'm not. Now I'm not trading at all right now. He said go watch the Lab Live presidential order. Yep, you guys heard it first. He said go like the Lab Live stream and use code LAB at checkout for any of your evals. He said it personally. I got a message from him in my inbox. It goes Lab Live. So don't be an idiot, chat. Lab Live. You guys know what to do. Well, we're definitely seeing a bit of a bearish move now, that's for sure. Jeez Louise, chatting. That was a bit hectic, wasn't it? Jeepers nuts, man. Guy can't give us a break. Dude can't. Big man can't give it. Did Trump watch Lab live stream? Yeah, he was in here. He was saying, he was telling all of you to like the stream and to watch the Lab live. He was in on this. He said, Leo's analysis is looking too good. I gotta nerf him, and they nerfed me. Nerfed me with a 120 point candle within about 3 seconds. On YM at least. Yeah, we had 100. Yeah, even on. I mean, Jesus, even on fucking Nasdaq, it seems. Jeez Louise. So YM had what, like a 300 point? 788 up to 4707. Oh my days. Woof. It's a bit boof, chat, isn't it? It's a tad bit boof. Open Hormones news. I saw the whole screen was orange. Yeah, true. True. I vouch what Pano said. What the fuck was that scam candle? Trump. Guys, is that even a question nowadays? Realistically, is that even a question nowadays? Like if we see a candle like that, who do we think it is? It's not our parents, that's for sure. It's definitely gonna be Mr. Trump. If you see a candle like that, Chad, it's definitely Trump. Now market is super slow. Just yawning over here. All right, well. Keep on waiting. Well, we're now seeing some bearish continuations lower, it seems. Thank you, Trump, for pulling prices lower. Not like we needed it, but we appreciate it? Question mark. Damn bastard. Leo is Don Flamingo. Beating Nancy Pelosi. True. I was in 70 point profit, got cooked. Dude, I mean, chat, it's not the best feeling, is it? Was it really in your control though? No, it wasn't. You know, that's the I mean, were you in with heavy size? Because that's the one thing recently about markets is like I've been sizing in so light because of literally reasons like this. Like you could just get stopped out of a trade so easily nowadays that it's like, geez, dude, it's just not worth the risk. We got Bray coming on here shortly as well. What a candlestick, man. No piece at the moment, so we might go back lower. Yeah, it's seeming like it, right? Price is seeming like it's definitely going to continue lower, that's for sure. Howdy, Bray.
Good morning. How we doing?
Good morning.
How goes the battle?
It's been a battle this morning, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump
Taking a peek here.
we just literally had a 340 point candle on YM and a 120 point candle on Nasdaq in about 3 seconds.
What was the news?
Well, I have no idea.
Oh shit. Let me check financial juice here. Let
The
me.
spike, yeah, because I couldn't open up Google Chrome, dude. Literally, YM went 307 points in like what 4 seconds. Chat. Oh, ceasefire, nice. Ceasefire now sends the market lower. Right. That makes sense, right, chat?
I think it's because they were talking about an actual end of the war and now a ceasefire. So that's kind of like that's like escalation almost,
Yeah.
indicating that the war is going to continue.
True.
Yeah.
It's actually a good point.
Yeah. That's so strange because the president, the Iranian president, said that he doesn't want a ceasefire and he actually wants an end to the war, granted that their conditions are met. So now they're changing up and saying that they want a ceasefire instead. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of volatility going on with that. We don't even have the open yet. 851.
I know we're literally at
Yeah.
ceasefire only if. Yeah, exactly, right? Under what conditions? Well, chat. Well, at least the YM trade looked pretty crisp before the Trump candle. Now it just looks like a meme. But those YM shorts looked clean at first. You know, can't always be pretty, man. I keep on waiting, waiting, waiting on ceasefire to change. That's how I'm feeling right now, chat. Groovy. Alrighty, Trump be like, your TA not match against my tweet, motherfucker. Yeah, true. True, actually. What are you looking out for today, Bray?
I'm kind of just getting started
Oh yeah,
here,
no worries.
so
No worries.
I don't have anything on my plate as of right now, but if we can start to see some bearish breaker confirmations, I would not be opposed to getting short. Um, I would have liked if we could have just stalled out a little bit so that we could have formed a swing low here, and then that 830 low could have been a nice breaker confirmation, but we've since just kind of overlapped that candle, and we're continuing lower. So now our breaker is massive. That manipulation is a 240 point manipulation, which makes it really tough for me to get in on the 15 minutes. So we'll have to get a little creative with
Yeah,
entries,
totally.
by way of a shorter, kind of a lower time frame, confirmation entry, which we can do. It's no trouble. It's just it takes a little more babysitting. That's all.
Yep, definitely.
So I like that. I like that devil's mark on the 2 p.m. open from yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and then some. Um, Projections would take us um, much lower. If we start to get some really bearish news and headlines start to take us way lower, and we get some good confirmation, I mean, we have projections down at the low of the week.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know as well as I do that the current the current status and the current narrative has been buy it up in the early half of the week and then
Mm,
send this shit lower on some bearish headlines in the latter half, and anyone that's long gets their shit pushed in. So
exactly.
very very
Spot on.
possible.
Literally spot
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I would do it.
yeah. Good morning though, chat. How's everybody doing today?
Leo, really low volume. Is it really still low volume again? I'm changing it up again. Don't know why. I've got it
Turn
on
your ears
max.
up, Jack.
Yeah, I've got it on maxed out input right now, boss.
Yeah, you're fine for me.
Yeah, good. Finally got my personal account back up and running. Did a big transfer out. All the funds finally came back in the NT account, so we're gonna try and scale the personal.
Very nice.
It'll be a fun time. Had a great short until Trump opened his mouth. Yeah, I think you're not the only one in that bucket right now. It seems I've seen a couple messages in chat now over a couple victims. Sure, Barron Trump is just having the time of his life. He's like, "Oh, Pops is about to say ceasefire, guys.
Yeah,
Let me just grab 100. Let me just grab a hundred
yeah.
thousand micro or minis on a Nasdaq here really quick." Could you imagine presidential insider info on war news? Oh my lord, dude!
Yeah.
It'd be the full
Papa,
point.
Papa, I'm short. Can you can you say something?
Dad, I'm down. Dad, I'm about to get liquidated. Can you please just fake a ceasefire tweet for
I
me?
would really
Could you
appreciate it.
imagine? Could you imagine? Oh my god, that'd be crazy. Uh, Dad, I'm doing really bad on shit coins right now. Can you please make a tweet on ceasefire?
Please, please.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
god. So chat right now it's looking like well we're gonna get the deep retracement I wanted pre New York session, so I guess there's a pro in this, right? I did want a deep retracement so I could frame some long continuations off the daily. So honestly, if that's the case, I'll be happy about it. I'll be super happy about it. If not, then I'm looking I'll probably be hands off on the day. Not bummed, but we did miss those YM shorts that were pretty clean. Gold as well. Looking like gold's rejecting off of the 6 hour fair value and the 4 hour fair value right now too. So probably gonna see commodities continue lower a bit as well. We joke about presidential insiders. It is almost certainly happening. Oh, 1,000%. It's a joke. It's a joke. So I don't get I don't get
Oh,
red listed by the FBI. But
Yeah, 100. It's just a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
We just find humor in it because it 100% is true, and
Yeah.
there's nothing we
That,
can do about it. And
yep.
we're really just we're nothing we do is going to be effective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not much we can do here, but sit and smile, chat. Trump, are
Yeah.
you winning, son?
Smile, smile and wave, boys. Smile
My,
and wave.
I need that GIF whenever Trump. If I get taken out by a Trump tweet, I'm just gonna put that GIF next to it.
Yeah.
Smile and wave, boys. Dude, I've been trading SPX options recently. Been having the time of my life on SPX weeklies. Oh my lord.
Heavy puts. What's been good?
Yeah. I've been trading the open. I traded the open yesterday and those SPX weeklies went like 63% in like 15 minutes.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of choked up about my USO calls. I closed them. I
At
closed them
four.
at 50%, and I still. I mean, I could have.
How much did those go? Because USO
I could
ran
have.
to what, 107, right?
USO, yeah, USO ran to 130, dude, new all-time highs. I was
Holy.
out at like I was out at just shy of 120.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh right, right. It was,
I
oh
would
my
have,
God. Yeah,
it would have been
130.
it would have been a 100 bagger, I think.
Yeah. Oh, more
I'd
than
have,
that. At
yeah, 100,
130, yeah, it would have been like 140, 150.
yeah.
Yeah, especially because yeah, your strike would have been, what was your strike? It was 120, right?
My strike was 120, so I
Yeah,
was well
10
above
strikes in the money.
and
Yeah, you were
early.
gonna easily above 130,
Yeah,
140% on that. All
yeah,
good. I mean, hey, you still
yeah.
made a bagger on that
50%,
options trade, so
50% is good. Yeah.
Panos, in terms of an actual video recommendation, I'm not too sure. I honestly like there's a lot of online research I can look for. If you send me a message, I can send some potential racks. I'll look at it, just because I think you can learn from quite a few different sources, and also we'll have some options content within the lab as well. So just a heads up on that.
Yeah, I'm kind of just a sitting duck waiting here for um 9:30. 9 a.m. is gonna, or yeah, 8 a.m. formed a swing. We have an hourly potential confirmation. We're gonna form an IFEG on the hourly here. It's a massive, massive stop. So it would probably be like if we're to continue lower. I mean, we don't have any SMT either, so it's kind of a dead trade for me at the moment. But seeing what we got right now, what I could potentially see happening is 9:30, 9 a.m., 9:30, we get a retracement back up into that hourly IFEG. And if we can get some SMT on the short term at um, this current high, which high is that? The 830 high. See some SMT there. We could frame a continuation for shorts.
Yeah.
Less that doesn't happen, then we could just wait for retracements into 1400, maybe below Asia, we get some SMT. And then we would just be creating a continuation on the bullish side from there, because we're kind of we're gonna if we're going bearish, I'm anticipating that we're just gonna start seeing um, a retracement to IRL at the minimum, probably targeting that 1400 devil's mark in this fair value gap from 10 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah.
But seeing as we've met -4 standard deviations on the weekly projection, meaning from the low of the week to the open of the week, we've already met -4 standard deviations. So like max manipulation could be seen as already occurring, and we're all up in a daily fair value gap. We have some daily high SMT.
Yeah. We have a major 6-hour SMT with Nasdaq and YM right now. Major 6-hour SMT, and we're rejecting off the daily fair value too within that SMT. So
Yeah,
SMT
that's
and gap.
6 hour. That's 6 hour SMT. Are you referring to the Wednesday 6 a.m. high?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a previous daily high as well. Perfect. Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, you got your SMT at this bugger right here. Inside of standard deviations, inside of an old IFG actually too, and a new weekly opening gap, or yeah, new week opening gap. So, shit. Wait for confirmations, and
Yeah, it looks pretty solid here.
yeah. Just have to kind of let the stars align and look for a continuation entry um, that I can afford stop wise because I can't
Yeah,
afford a 240 point stop.
definitely. Yeah, it looks good. That 6 hour SMT and that daily fair value. I was mentioning at the beginning of the segment here that one of the things I was watching was to see a deep retracement occur today. Because the only thing with this candle 3 expansion is we didn't see a wick form into the EQ of Tuesday's range, leading me to believe that bulls were eventually going to get weak either pre New York or during New York session. So watching for a retracement period. And then frame some potential continuation longs at the New York Open was kind of a potential game plan depending on how pre New York played. So we'll see now, but looks like it's setting up kind of how I want it to with this retracement currently, and also the 6 hour SMT and the daily fair value. So we will see.
I am going to step away for 5 and just refill my water and
You're
get settled in. Gavin, if you don't mind, just popping me
not
off.
a worry.
I'll be back in 5.
So yeah, chat. Honestly, one of the things that I'm quite amped on seeing, what I'd like to see for today, as I mentioned, is that daily fair value. The start of the segment, I mentioned to you guys how we could see potentially NASDAQ rejecting off of this daily fair value. We're seeing that occur exactly how I was anticipating. So with this and a 6 hour SMT and a daily SMT, this gives me a lot of reason to believe markets are ready to head lower in terms of a retracement leg. So definitely looking like we'll see that occur. We are getting pretty close here to the New York Open as well, so that we'll have to see kind of how we can approach trading the NYO for today. But yeah, as of right now, I am tradeless. I don't have any potential setups for me yet. Just kind of sitting on my hands to see how we're going to play out here on the 3 and the 15 pre-New York, because since the Trump news now, we're seeing a bit of an accumulation form, very weak candle bodies with large wick formations. So I'm less keen on taking this setup at the moment. That aggressive system on the 1 hour on all assets. Yeah, I did notice that as well. So we'll see. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun day of trading. But I'm just curious to see kind of how we're gonna framework this, because honestly, it seems like the type of market where we can have a lot of potential opportunities, but they're gonna be stripped because of limited entry opportunity. So we'll see. But honestly, bearish leg down, retracement, deep retracement into watching for this bullish move would be the ideal situation. Also going to be scouting a little bit on SPX for today, which should be fun. But also, just for more context, in terms of commodities, I'm pretty hands off on commodities right now. Do seem pretty bearish on the hourly, kind of what I mentioned with the retracement into the higher time frame gap. But honestly, going to be hands off on those for right now. Sticking more to indices since I like the higher time frame framework a lot better. Yeah, let me get some protein in chat pre New York session. Fuel the brain. Yeah, Chad, you guys have any questions at all? Questions, comments, concerns, generally, just anything can be trading, trading related. Feel free to ask them in chat here. I love when you guys are asking questions in chat. So Leo, you choose which asset to trade between YM and Q based off SMT is the main rule for you. Typically, I like to trade the leading asset in SMT since it's typically stronger. So answer to that would be yes. To be frank, like yes to that question. But SMT is not my primary factor, if that makes sense. Live stream every day. We're streaming 3 sessions every single day. London, New York AM, and New York PM. Every single day, the Lab Live is doing it. So if you haven't already, you guys need to be liking the stream, liking and subscribing, and turning on notifications. Like, I could not be more serious about this. We're streaming every single day. What prop do I use? I use Top Step, Lucid, and Tradeify at the moment. Top Step, Lucid, and Tradeify. I do have some my funded accounts as well. I haven't really touched those recently, but as of right now, my 2 main are Top Step and Lucid. Top Step and Lucid. So we will see, chat. As of right now, though, markets are going to grind lower, it seems. We're just going to grind lower for right now until trend feels like it's ready to continue. So we will see. Get on TPT grind. JL, I actually need to, dude. Like genuinely need to get on TPT stat. You've been putting me on. I just have so many and I'm trying to grow my personal funded right now, so I'm less keen on trading props as much. And yeah, remember guys, code lab. When you don't have a trade to frame with your model, do you use Edgeful to trade scalp with other models? Yeah, sometimes I'll switch. I'll either switch to options trading or I just won't trade on the day. Or I'll use data for I'll use data and metrics to see if I can potentially frame something. But most of the time, if my model doesn't form, I don't take a trade. I just use data as a confluence. On what time frame are we talking about this continuation long? What time frame are we speaking of? How do you pick between your funded or your personal when entering a trade? I trade sync them. I trade sync them both. But I'm just trading higher size on my like I'm using a copy trader, and I just trade. So like on the size, if I enter a trade on my personal, the ratio on all of my fundeds is 1/3. So if I enter with 3 minis, it enters on 1 mini on my evals or fundeds. But honestly, like if it's a high probability trade that I really like, most of the time I like the personal capital just because it's like something I feel better on. If it honestly, it really depends. Like there's not really a way that I find or like how I really depict it. It's more just time, place, and I'm trying to scale my personal account, so I'm trying to sort of make that a priority for myself. No, trade sinker for myself. I was looking at my bad. We are at the bottom. Yeah, got it. Wouldn't be looking for a 1 minute continuation, especially because we're 22 minutes out of New York Open. So I'm less keen on them. I'm a little less keen on this. Find it hard to maintain consistency. Last week I had my best ever week with the fractal model. I've been trading it 8 months now. This week I instantly made 2 mistakes. What were your mistakes, Martin? Was it based on risk management, psychology, FOMO? What was that? He's trade. You've only been in it for a week, but there's a slight delay. Yeah, trade sinker has been the one that's worked the best for me personally. I haven't had many issues with it. See how SPX is gonna play today. Bray is ready to go. Good morning. Yep. I used yeah. What's up, Mank? What is up, brother? So yeah, we'll wait. We've got. I'm honestly not going to take any trades until the New York Open here. We are about 20 minutes away from it now. I got in a little late. Can you frame your vision for what you expect at Open? Want to see bearish. Ideally, see a bearish leg lower, bearish retracement followed by a bullish continuation higher. Daily time frame looks primed to expand, and we already have seen an expansion, but no retracement leg. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see deep retracement followed by a longs later in the day. Is kind of what my vision is. Got a long sell stop at 46,396 on YM. Any thoughts? I'm on at 46,396. You have a sell stop on. Honestly, I'm not gonna give my input on that. I'm not really looking at YM actively. I'm just looking more. For me personally, I'm looking for more immediate prices of right now. I married my bias. I had a plan and I didn't stick to it. I mean, that's the advice I can give you then, Martin, right? If you're having problems with if you're having problems with sticking to your plan, it's a matter of discipline, right? Can you discipline yourself enough to stay consistent within your bias? And the thing is, you don't necessarily have to be married to your bias. I switch biases sometimes. Sometimes I come in with, bullish bias and market completely inverts goes the opposite direction. And so I reframe my bias by taking a step back, right? And so for me, that becomes a period where I'm married to it's less that you're married to your bias, but you're married to your model because your biases can change. Markets are going to move. You can't, 100% follow where institutions are going to move 100% of the time. So it's important that you define your proper risk and you define a proper entry signature, even honestly, even before a bias. Like if you can stay consistent with that and you know it's a working model with working risk, that's going to do you much bigger favors than just marrying yourself to a bias and not sticking to your entry.
All right, I am back.
Howdy.
I'm back.
Brother, he's back. Also, guys, we got 143 of us in stream. So if you haven't already, I'm gonna be annoying. I'm gonna say it again. Like the stream, guys. We got
Like
a
the
lot.
stream.
Like the freaking stream. You
Like
guys
the
haven't already.
stream.
We've got 76 likes and 141 of us. I think before New York session, we can easily get above 100 likes right now. So if you have not already, guys, like the stream. I'm gonna annoy every single one of you for it. Donut, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good
Hope you-
morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, Billy. um, you use Trade Syncer for your copier, right?
Yeah,
Okay, what do you think of that?
I like it. I've had no issues. It allows me to trade sync personal accounts and fundeds at the same time. And the delay, I've only had like when we had the data issues, I've had like one micro delay, but it was like, differences between like trading minis, like $130 in profit between the lead and the trade. But other than that, I've had no issues. Like all my
Hmm.
Lucid accounts have been super fluid with it. I haven't had any issues with it.
Well, that's good then. That's real
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Nice. Trade Copia is good too.
Think trade sinkers, gosh, I forget. I think it's 50 a month. I have to check. I'm not sure. I know there's a bit, it depends on how many accounts you want. So by the way, we did get this deep retracement a bit here. It looks like pre New York, we're getting a little bullish fake out. I wouldn't be surprised if New York decides to still continue lower. Just crash a bit here before we then see longs continue higher. Trade copy is the best. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it.
It's like, yeah, I use Trade Copia and it's incredibly solid. It's fast. It's inexpensive too compared to other competitors.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think they're great.
nice. Oh yeah.
Their support
I've,
team is awesome. That's the biggest thing. Their
they're
support team
what?
is amazing.
Their support team.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, TradeSync. I've had TradeSyncer support's also really good. I haven't had any issues with them. They've been very, very good.
How much is Trade Copia? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I remember. I want to
Yeah.
say 30, 30, 40.
Oh, they said TradeCopia is 50 a month. So I think it's the same as TradeSyncer. I mean,
Is it? There's different tiers.
yeah, I know. It depends like if you want to dude, I think TradeSyncer allows for there's like the Pro Plus and it's 250 copied accounts. Like
Oh my goodness.
how insane would that be?
Oh yeah, it is
$35 with
49.99, and
the
then
goat.
45.99 if you do the yearly. Oh, they only have the pro. Okay, they don't have the. They used to have a basic and a pro. Okay, thanks for reminding me.
Gotcha.
That's my mistake on the pricing. But yeah,
Nice. So we're about 15 minutes from New York Open here, guys. TradeCopia just removed the basic. Got it. I'm curious to see how TradeC is going to end up. Like how Tradeify is now doing TradeC with the Tradeify 3.0. Because I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard TradeC is good, but also it's very early stages. So apparently there's been quite a few delays and issues with the copy trader. I'm very curious. I don't know if anybody has a say or knows too much on TradeC, but I'm curious to know because I like that it's a very similar UI to Top Steps with Project X. Bonjour, comment ça va? Allô, allô. Cut the Yeah, I'm curious to know if anybody knows anything about that because I think it'd be fun to, eventually transition to TradeC. Because the thing that I really like about TopStep's Project X is just being able to manage stops and TPs is super, super straightforward.
hmm
I've had no issues with it. Like just being able to drag one bar and immediately on my screen, like it's obviously not that much different from like Tradeovate per se, but there's something about the visual UI of Top Step that I think honestly makes me feel better when I'm actively in a trade.
Yeah, the management side is really nice.
Yeah.
It's very good when it works, when it's working.
Yeah, when it's working.
That's a
When we
big
don't
if.
have when we
When
don't have
it's
management.
working.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Ça va super bien. Toi, ça va très bien. We're ready for a stream. Does Tradify require buffer with withdrawal or 5 days? 5 days of profit. I don't know if it depends on the accounts. Which accounts do I have? I haven't even opened up Tradeify. Actually, I opened up last week. Whoa. Okay, my session. I hope my Tradeify is lagging entirely. Saying session has expired. Nice. Over and over and over again. Alrighty, guys. Once again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are liking the stream. We are at 84 likes. Let's get 16 more of you here to like the stream if you have not already. 16 more of you Pookies in chat.
I am not seeing a ton. I like that we have this hourly changes data delivery and the IFVG as well.
Yeah.
I just need some sort of SMT as part of my triggers for entry. Once we see that SMT, I would then go down to a lower time frame and then start looking for confirmation entries on the low time frame. But as it stands right now, I don't have a way of engaging at the moment.
I do like that we're tracing into this 15-minute fair value that formed on NASDAQ as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if that holds, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably next 15. Look for a 5-minute S&T maybe that could do.
Does Tradeify require buffer for the withdrawal or 5 days? It depends which account you go with. So if you go with I think it's the same. If you go with the daily payouts, then you need a buffer of, I believe, 2100?
2600, I think
20, is it basically, oh yeah, 26 to meet your
2600.
your full buffer or to stop the trailing. And then the 5 day is, I believe there's no minimum, but there is a 5 day 150 minimum.
Yeah. Right. It is the
Something like
5-day
that.
150 minimum.
Yeah.
Correct.
I've done the daily, I've done the 5 day. I like the 5 day because you don't have the max daily loss. So as you scale, you're not held up by that max daily loss. But there's no consistency on either, which is super nice.
Yeah.
But the daily payouts are really nice too. That's like as close as you can get to having just your own personal. You can just take daily payouts whenever you want. Like if
100%.
you make
I
a
know
decent chunk.
I know like JL who was in chat, he takes his TPT daily payouts all the time.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Yeah.
full-time trader? Yes. I mean, I'm full-time as of now very recently, but I am full-time trading. Yes. Stash is
I
there.
am not.
Hell yeah. Bray with the stash.
Yeah. And no, I'm not a full-time trader. I have a full-time career. Trading is well, it's not, I don't like to call it a side gig because it is kind of like a business too, but
Yeah.
I do it along with my full-time career. I need to get some better lighting in here, or a better camera.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
It
Sean,
just looks
what are
dull.
you
It
using
just
right
looks
now
dull.
for the camera?
It's like honest. It's a Logitech
C920?
C920.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've had one
You
of
know the
those.
vibes. Yeah.
Imagine in
What
the
do you have
game.
now? I know you're
Um,
using your MacBook right now, but
yeah, I'm using my MacBook, but I honestly just use the Osmo Pocket 3. I use the Osmo Pocket. I prop it up on a tripod, 4K, 60 FPS. It's like insane. And what's nice is you literally just connect it to my laptop or a PC, and it immediately on the screen showcases webcam setting. You click it, and it's like immediately now acts as a webcam input. It's so convenient.
you use that for all your content too,
I use
correct?
it. I legit only use it. Like I could be technically using my phone for content, but like the Osmo, just the gimbal being able to stabilize itself, the resolution. I can also switch it from vertical to horizontal res. Like I got it recommended by T, and I was like, dude, it's kind of a hefty purchase, especially after like tariffs. It went from like 400 bucks, like 900 or something. And I got it, and dude, I don't regret it at all. Legit, all of my social media content and every time like I have a face cam set up when I'm not traveling is just with the Osmo.
That's actually really good to know. I mean, well, you think about it, like if it operates like a normal camera, like if you look at any like a ZV E10 too, like they're super expensive. They're like over $1,000.
Yeah,
So like this is more portable and you can use it a lot more,
exactly.
seamlessly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Also, we're seeing a nice 15-minute reaction from this fair value, Bray, on
Yeah,
Nasdaq here.
yeah, very nice indeed. Yeah,
Kane has
not
a
not
banger
for me.
trade on. I'm sure Kane is probably short.
We get the open in 9 minutes. Yeah, this is a closure below there confirms a breaker. It's not my trade, but
Yeah.
not valid for me to take. No SMT or nothing like that. But
With it.
this could just be one of those days where you don't need it, and that happens.
True.
Bray, which time zone are you in? With my full-time job being in Europe, I can often manage New York Open, but sometimes meetings and stuff come in the way. Are you always able to trade New York? So I'm in so New York is UTC -4. I'm UTC -6, so I'm 2 hours behind. So it's actually currently 7:22 in the morning for me, um, where I'm at in Canada. So trading New York when I'm actually working, trading New York isn't feasible. Trading at all isn't feasible unless I'm trading from my phone, which I don't do. So what I do is my work schedule is I work a 24-hour shift. So I have a lot of days off. So I'll work a 24-hour shift. So one day on, one day off, one day on, 5 days off. So I'm at work 8 days a month, 24-hour shifts. So I have a lot of time off to operate a business and do my own personal stuff. So it just works out better for me. If I had a regular Monday to Friday 9 to 5, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't
Yeah.
work. So very grateful to have my schedule. Are you a firefighter? Yes, I am.
It's like a little trivia question. What's his career?
Yeah.
So chat, right now we're seeing a nice 15-minute reaction from this fair value here. So looking like New York session next 6 minutes. Ideally look for some shorts here if this holds. Would be the ideal cup of tea for me. We will see though.
Yeah, time off, but also very intense. Yeah, it can be. It can be intense. Some shifts can be pretty crazy. Um, yeah, Kashan, like I said, I'm a firefighter, so that'll be where I do my 24-hour shifts. Firefighter, paramedic. Can you sleep during the shift? No, no, I can't. Yeah, if we're not busy, we can sleep. Um, did you have the mustache before being a firefighter? On and off. Um, I funny.
That's a
I
great
mean,
question.
yeah, kind of off topic, but like my dad has always had a mustache, and like I always like vowed to say like I will never have a mustache. Like I don't like them, whatever, and then I grow one, and it just fits. So yeah, yeah.
That's so awesome.
Me too in Germany. That's why I asked have the same times. Oh, nice. Oh, you're over in Germany. Are you guys busy over there too? Stash is my trademark. Yeah, it is, Billy. It is. It is. Yeah. 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 Do you think 9:30 opening bell will continue lower? Well, that's a thing for me currently. I would love to see us go lower, but I just want to see some confirmations so I can get involved with it. Um, we don't have any sort of breaker confirmations on my high time frame. We have one on the 5 minute with this E35 low being broken below, and we have this massive order block here. I just don't have any sort of SMT. What I would like to see is a retracement back up, use this gap, maybe get a large wick at 9:30, and then we see some SMT on the short term at these highs above 8:30, and then from there we could um, grab a continuation lower. That would be swell
Yeah,
for me. But as of right now, I'm hands off. I'm just kind of watching and waiting. I think 9:30 is when we'll see some sort of signature form.
definitely. It's gonna be the true move there. Do you guys prefer trading London or New York? Personally, me, New York. Also, just for general trading, New York has worked the best with my model. London I like because it's a little less volatile. But New York has worked out the best for me in general in terms of like actual percentages. You guys trade London, been trading New York, but since daylight savings, wake up till 3 p.m. It's too late. I end up trading because I'm bored. Yeah, we do trade London. I'm actively in London, so I've been trading London session.
Yeah, you come back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, and then got 2 weeks in California, and we're making our way. Wonder why, says Alex. Yeah, this is true. Wonder why.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Very curious.
Yes.
Sus, bro. Even Juno and Alex just appeared out of appeared out of the shadows there, dude. Sus. Yeah. So, and then I'll be in California, and then I'm moving in with Key Trades in about T minus 14 days.
How are you moving there? How are you getting all your stuff there? I mean, you
I'm not
probably don't
getting.
have much stuff,
I'm
but
not, yeah, dude. I actually don't have a lot of stuff. Like clothes would be the only thing, but I'm bringing monitors and stuff. Flying over for a bit. And I'm not bringing everything. I'm just getting a desk set up so that the IRS doesn't fuck me over when I say that I'm claiming Floridian taxes, that they can actually see that I have a desk in the case I get audited. But, um, which we won't. We're living there. But yeah, I'm just gonna move like all my trading setup stuff.
and then you just gonna get a truck to bring the rest of your stuff, or are you gonna fly it over?
I'm gonna take my car. I've got a big car, so I'll probably just drive it. I was gonna do actually a road trip with my mom.
Oh, right, you got your Rivian. You got to bring
Yeah,
your
got the
Rivian.
Rivian. So I'll probably just take the Rivian, load it up because that'll fit everything I have. I really don't have a lot of stuff. And then I'll just do like a 3 day road trip with my mom. Already, we got 2 minutes till New York Open. But yeah, do a little mama bear road trip. It should be fun.
Nice, good stuff.
Yeah, she's been wanting to since I said I was gonna move to Florida. She's like, "You want to make that a road trip?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right, sounds good. We'll do that."
Awesome.
Yeah, should be good. Alex and Judah, you guys are so funny. You guys just popped out of the shadows at the same time. I know damn well you guys are on a call together too. I know damn well
These
you guys are on
boys
a call.
are
You guys literally just appeared out of nowhere, thin air.
these boys are dialed. Boys are dialed right
Dowdy,
in.
Dowdy.
Morning, Tom. W son,
Soft
indeed.
Cell Dom Dimat, dude. What a name. I feel like I could rap that. Soft Cell Dom Dimat. That could be a bar. Boom. Always. We got
Mr. Felice,
Flitch.
how are we doing, brother?
All right, we've got 1 minute till New York Open here. As of right now, trend is trending higher. Be curious to see what we can get out of this. Honestly, I mean, now I'm not sure. Just gonna wait this one out, chat. See what the market's gonna give us today. What sugar we're gonna have.
Where's my tiramisu lover Kane at? He is streaming Ninja Trader today.
Yeah.
He is streaming Ninja Trader. So you got me and Leo for the morning, and then you got Alex for the PM session.
Alrighty, about 25 seconds here till New York Open. Lab is worldwide, dude. Genuinely worldwide, and has a banger
Prestige
today.
worldwide.
Buys for today. Short term shorts. Look for continuation longs for myself. That's the honest verdict for me. But I would like to see bearish at the start here, for sure.
Are you in
All right.
need of any editor? No, we are not, uh, sir, but thank you very much for the offer.
Alrighty, well, there goes a bit of a bearish move here on at the open.
Got some
We
consecutive candle S&T with YM&ES at that high.
see what happens. Just watch this New York Open here. Stay patient, sit in the saddle, and chillax, man. Bit of a bearish manipulation here. Nothing super crazy though.
YM is looking like it wants to run that 830 high, which would be swell.
I'm just hands off here watching it, chat. Want to see what happens at this open. Looks like, yeah, we'll probably continue higher on NASDAQ as well, but patience, patience, patience. NASDAQ continuing lower, YM continuing trending higher here.
Yeah, all we got is that consecutive candle S&T currently.
Yeah, some teeth the lows here with YM and NASDAQ as well. Would honestly like to see a trend higher here.
Yeah, a little bit of a deeper retracement here.
Yeah, definitely.
No confirmation on that closure below
Yeah. All right.
the 1 minute 922 candle.
Bearish manipulation. If we see this 1 minute, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, Bray.
You're good.
If we see closure here on the one, I might be interested in trying longs on NASDAQ. Depends on closure, but it's looking like it's wanting to trend higher. Bearish manipulation, looking like it's most likely gonna pull higher. We'll see though. I'm gonna just see how we close on this 1 minute SIST, but I do like this bearish manipulation, and now we're seeing a really strong bullish expansion. Framework for me for this would look something like TP at the lows, 55 points, and then look for a 1.5 on this. That's kind of the framework here. I do kind of like this though. Might be looking for this, especially because we are getting this SMT. Yeah, major SMT. That's confirmed SMT on the closure. I'm gonna watch for retracement. Probably grab in on some longs here.
No longs for me. I'm watching for that data high SMT at the 830 high. See if YM wants to go and run it.
Yeah, I'm also not in on this, by the way, chat. I'm hands off right now. I just want to see how NASDAQ reacts here to this closure. If we get a deep retracement to the SIST, because yeah, this is true with those data highs. NASDAQ trending higher a little bit here. Slightly weak on this 1 minute closure, considering we just had a very expansive 1 minute. Patience is going to pay here. NASDAQ definitely trending higher here. In long from 107s, nice. Yeah, those look good. Longs look good here, man. All right, well, I missed my entry. No retracement toward the SIST here. Could have grabbed a market order, but was looking more for I mean, yeah, I could have managed that with micros, but was looking to get heavier size on these. Which indicator is printing those SMTs? It's the T-Trades fractal. T-Trades fractal. Yeah, so looks like we're going to get the move. I did mention I wanted to see a bearish manipulation followed by bullish distribution. Been saying that for some time. So we're seeing that, but no entry on my end here. So I'm hands off as of right now. If I don't get an entry pre 10 o'clock, I'll be waiting for a 10 o'clock entry instead. Or a 10 o'clock continuation higher. But this is looking good here. It's definitely looking like it's going to trend higher. Sorry, guys. A bit of a cold. Are forming a 1 minute imbalance here, though. So if we can trace into this and close back above, I could frame once again, grab some expansion higher here. We'll see. Pull down to the imbalance here. See if we can get a closure on the following one. Once again, as of right now, no entries for me. Just watching to see how this market plays out. But NASDAQ is trending higher off of that bearish manipulation. Nice. Yeah, this is gonna close nice into this 1 minute fair value. So it's looking good. Alex, your longs are looking very sharp, boss man. What do you use C4 candle for? Expansions as well. If C2 manipulates and distributes to the opposing side, C3 expands. Typically, I look for a candle 4 retrace into the candle 3 equilibrium, and look for a continuation sequence higher. Yeah, Alex, your longs are gonna cook, dude. Oh, missed entry here on me, but that's all good, guys. Can't win them all. But entry looks really solid here. And it looks like we're definitely going to start trending our way into those 840 highs here. Think, Alex, I reckon you'll be able to milk about 120 points off this. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, of course. Anytime. If you guys haven't already, by the way, make sure you guys are liking the stream and subscribing if you have not already. Wow. All right. Looks like the 83-point move I had marked with NASDAQ is going to hit here. All good.
Yeah, nothing on my end at all. Those are some nice longs that you're in, though, Alex. Good luck.
Thank God I entered market on the 1 minute breaker. Dude, I know, Juno, that's what I was just saying. I should have entered market on this 1 minute Sisti here. Would have been a 123 entry. Would have been about 60 points now. Yeah, I'm just let it ride. Yeah, I think you're gonna be able to milk these at least to this -4 standard deviation. These look really good. Let me look at IB here. IB trending higher as well. We'll probably see a bit of a retracement as we get closer to the 945, I'm assuming. But well done, Alex. At the 107s of sniper entry, was that your 30? Was that a 30-second entry, Alex? Well
I
done,
think he would have
boss.
just entered on. He would have just been entering on expansion.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I think he would have just been
Really,
entering mid candle.
yeah, really solid manipulation
Yeah.
there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, yeah, had I entered market on the 1 minute, that was an 81-point stop. Quite aggressive. And 1.5 would have actually aligned well with data highs, but all good. Can't win them all, chat. 30-second breaker. Nice, dude. 30-second breaker in that expansion. Beautiful, dude. Well done. Yeah, I reckon we take these up to the 200s. Definitely take these up to the 200s. Nice IFEG, though. Yeah, true. True. Morning, boys. What's up, Dylan? Welcome. Ivo as well. Do you prefer breakers or Sisti? I actually, for Candle 2, I use a combination of both. I use both breaker blocks and change in state of deliveries. Trailed aggressively. Yeah, it's a good shout. I think we'll see a bit of a retrace. 945 as we get close to this -4 standard deviation. We'll probably see a little bit of a retrace. Trailed aggressively. Nice, Alex. Yeah, these are going to run, by the way. These are going to run. This is kind of exactly, guys. So the game plan I was mentioning at the start of this segment, for those of you that have been on for a minute, was exactly how I wanted to see a deep retracement occur prior to a bullish expansion into the New York Open. Sadly, wasn't able to input myself into a market scenario since I did not make a market order entry. Honestly, based on this expansion, I realistically should have taken a market instead of a limit here, which was on me. But yeah, really good move here. As we get close to -4 standard deviation, I'm expecting price to retrace a bit, probably back into like the -2.5. Yo, Leo, what's up, Anthony? Good morning, Leo and Bray. What's up, Gable?
Good
Trader
morning. Good
Cabo.
morning.
Cabo or Cabo? I don't
Ray
know.
looks like my uncle. What?
Bray is our uncle.
What? You
Uh,
guys.
Glad we steered away from YM though, since YM started taking out some of the wicks on the 845. So a bit of a here goes that deep retracement as we got closer to that -4 or retracement, not deep, but retracement here as we get close to the 945. Kind of what I was expecting here. Yeah, Alex probably got taken out from that very aggressive trailed stop.
Great. Now everyone's gonna be calling me Uncle Bray. I kind of fuck with it though.
I gotta fuck with it.
Fun
Yep,
fact
nice,
about
Alex.
me, I've been
Was
an
that 80,
uncle
80
since I
60,
was
60 points,
11.
Alex? Dang.
Yep. My sister had, my older sister had kids when I was 11.
How much older is she than you?
She is 7 years older than me.
Nice.
She had him when she had her first kid when she was 18.
Wow.
Yeah, young. Long time no see. Yes, sir. Were you in yesterday's stream? I recognize the name.
73. Good stuff, Alex.
I'm not sure. Maybe you were in a different stream.
Honestly, what I'm gonna look for here, this is just an idea for now. We're tracing into this 3 minute fair value gap, so I might look to see if we can grab continuations off of this. it might be ambitious on me considering what market is actively doing and how we've already expanded a bit, but I really think that trend is going to go higher because we are currently in a candle 3 expansion. Wow, not just over. Yeah, I was just talking about that 3 minute continuation here. If this traces well and we respect this fair value, if we inverse this, I'm going to be hands off until 10 o'clock because that's just not going to be a presentable market for me to trade. But if we trace into this fair value, close back above the 60, I'm definitely looking for an expansion higher. But yeah, one thing to make note of for all of you as well is we do have high impact. We have ISM and PMI at 10 o'clock for today. So just a heads up for everybody. But if you're in a position around 10, make sure you guys are managing your risk accordingly. Bray looks like the cop from the series Reno 9911.
This is what we're on right now. We're
This is what
just
we're
we're
on.
just figuring out what Bray
We've
looks
we've re-
like.
we've reached this period of time now.
Yeah.
Oh
Who does this
gosh,
motherfucker look like? Yeah, we got final manufacturing PMI at 9:45, so in 2.5 minutes, and then we have red folder ISM manufacturing PMI
yeah,
at 10.
yes sir. See what happens here. Right now, it's looking like we're just completely disrespecting this fair value. So Bryce is saying, "Hey, Leo, I'm dipping. It's crashing out. It's all right. Let it do its thing. If it wants to be a trooper, we'll let it be a trooper."
Red folder PMI, yes. Red folder PMI at 10. Yellow folder PMI at
Wow, inver.
9:45.
And looks like we're completely disrespecting this move now. So
Koopa Troopa.
send it lower.
Yeah. All that just to delete the S&T and then bring it
Right?
low.
Ridiculous.
No dice for me.
No dice for me either. All good chat. 0 for 2 on the 0 for 2 in terms of misses on the day. Missed that YM trade and then also missed my market longs here. But that's okay, chat. It's part of the game, you know? Can't win them all. If we won them all, I'd be on Wall Street. Dude, what a clean short Loki. Yeah, it honestly wasn't a bad short either. Dude, this is clean, clean, clean regardless, man.
I'm just seeing noise. So much noise. Give me some meaningful divergence.
True.
It's a nice rejection for
Yeah, it
sure.
is.
Off of 830.
At least when the downside was there, looked at it. Yeah, it looks actually really solid. Can't even lie.
Yeah, that's kind of what we wanted, Alex, was a retracement back up into the IFEG, maybe back up into premium after the hourly swing at 8, and then see 9 continue off of that. Um, but just no confirmation for me, no SMT or anything like that. So um, just a sitting duck on this one. Gonna read long. Honestly, I don't hate that idea. I don't see a reason for it to go short yet. I think we just bounce in between this range until we get some meaningful divergence.
Yeah.
Like I said, not for me. Back in at
Yeah.
107. Deja vu.
Yeah, I'm hands off right now, chat. Can't lie. Not much for me to trade here. I prefer to just preserve my capital, as they say. Just kind of watching this blindsided. We're going to probably reject off this 1 minute fair value as well. Continue lower. Lower. Lower.
Iran says the Strait of Hormuz won't reopen based on Trump's absurd displays.
Nice.
Iran's foreign minister, only Iran and Oman will decide the future of the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, more bearish news. They're going to just flood the timeline with bearish news.
Probably. Classics. Classics, man. Yeah. Really not much from me here, chat. Can't lie. I'm very much so just keen on staying away from markets right now. Was not anticipating that large of a bearish retrace off the open as well. So for me, it's less of a presentable market. Do you trade YM as well in New York? I personally do, yes. I don't know if Bray does, but I'm a big fan of trading YM as well.
I do not trade YM. If the only index I trade is Nasdaq. It's the only one I trade. Not it's just personal preference. I don't like jumping
Yeah.
between. But YM's good. YM often there's been a lot of times this past like last year where YM was the great like the leader and it was very low resistance runs.
This is true.
What sites do you guys use for the news headlines? I use Financial Juice. Financial Juice is probably my favorite for actual like news driven headlines. But I'll use Forex Factory for like schedule for economic calendar. Such fuckery of PA at the moment. Yeah, you're not kidding.
Yeah. No reason to get involved in this. Market does. It looks like we're probably going to continue trending lower here. Big fan of orange futures. Yeah, chat. Market does look relatively weak. I keep on waiting for more bearish news to form.
This 4 hour closing. 4 hour closing is a potential swing. We don't have any confirmations to the downside. I can't short it. I want to, but I can't.
Yeah, we have this 1 minute SMT as well forming at the lows. One SMT with YM here. Yeah, I'm really not intrigued by this, to be frank, chat.
YM is about to take its London low here. And we're about to have kind of that SMT where initially NQ takes the low and then fails to take that same low later. So you kind of have a shift where you have NQ forming the sweep and then you have it forming the failure swing. And it's trading inside of a 15-minute breaker here. However, given the headline, given the fact that we met projections, given we're so high up here, I'm not really looking to long this because I would rather see a short confirmation form.
Yeah.
To then get long later if it presents. I don't want to long it up here. I really don't. I think I'd rather do nothing.
Yep.
If that had formed at 9 a.m. or 9:30 instead of now, it'd be a little different because we already had this expansion and we're riding against it. So it's just showing weakness more than anything. I want to see the London high sweep and then shorts. London high has been swept, not? Yeah.
Yeah,
8:30 is the current high. Yeah. Yeah, 8:30 is our current high day.
Not really a lot of sauce here, guys.
I bet Doggy took short on 5-minute IFEG. Doggy.
Dodgy. Doggy shorts.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't really know what that guy's up to. Dodgy. Oh.
And good on him.
Doggy's crazy. Yeah.
Doggy is quite crazy.
You can call him Doggy. It's okay.
Doggy.
It's all right.
Yeah, chat. Not much for me here. I'm still hands off. No framework in terms of indices. I'm also hands off on commodities for today. So I'm just going to be flat until 10, see what we can form at 10 o'clock. Just to be honest. What's going on, NASDAQ? Were you just going to confirm this woman SMT? Is that right? All right, I guess. Cheers, brother.
He got that dog in him. Chest x-ray with a dog. Yeah, yeah. X-ray results came back. Turns out I got that dog in me.
Dog.
It looked so
Uh,
good for shorts earlier, still waiting for trigger to get into short for the 1400 opening. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I've been waiting for too. I'm just not getting any triggers.
yep.
Dodgy
Yep.
does an amazing job. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. He did invent IFVGs after all. Coded it into the algorithm himself.
True.
Yeah.
The inventor of inversion fair value gaps. Coded up the entire market algorithm, actually. He's just him, chat. Simply, if you guys aren't doing what he's doing, then you're just not him. That's the simple explanation for this.
Yeah, he's ICT's son. They have matching Corvettes.
Also true. Just watching Nasdaq here, guys. We're rejecting off this 1 minute fair value here, but it's quite shaky in terms of price. So I'm a little bit just hands off today.
That almost sounds sincere. Well, oh, wasn't going for that, but it's okay. Anyway, let's get
Whoops.
back to the chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just seeing us kind of bounce up and down between this range, aren't we? Didn't get any sort of yeah, nothing for me.
Yeah. Really nothing from me either here.
From
Not a
you.
fan, chat. Not a fan. Now we're rejecting off the fair value as well. Beautiful. Nice. Rejecting off this 1 minute fair value. Really hard read for me right now, chat. Wait until 10 o'clock, it seems.
YM did sweep out that 9 a.m. low, the 15. We are confirming, or close to confirming a breaker on the 1 minute, which could bring us back up into the highs. However, like I said, I don't feel like getting involved within this range, especially on longs.
Congrats on your degree, Leo. I appreciate it. Thank you. Long time coming. Long time coming, but it's now come.
Yep, on YM we are just gathering equal lows, as you said. Ton of equal lows, all resting just above the 4 o'clock
Yep.
low, which is the London low. Excuse me. Ooh. Actually, it is not the London low. The London low is 2 a.m. low on YM. Bit of a funkier one.
Yeah, rejection off the fair value here on Nasdaq. So just kind of watching this again, yet again. Really, and now it's rejecting off another one. There's yeah, lots of conflicting confluences for me. This is typically where I like to stay away from markets when we have conflicting confluences. So watching for 10 o'clock here. I'm hands off until 10. Got 5 minutes until 10.
Yeah.
Wait and see what happens. Hello, what's up, Bradley? What's up, Bradley and Q? What's poppin', brother?
Be rad. What's going on, brother?
See if we trend higher off this 1 minute reaction. Very curious to see how 10 is going to play out here. It's quite sideways for me on the 1 minute. So I'm curious to see if we trend higher or reject off this 3 minute fair value. It's quite a hard read for me, Chad. I'm going to be honest. I'm not too keen on this.
Mm-hmm.
No clear direction, not forcing anything. Yeah, there's no reason to. There's really no reason to.
Do y'all ever get FOMO? Oh yeah,
100%.
all the time.
Part of the process.
But
Leo
I
on
don't really
reversals,
act
do you
on it.
just choose between breaker and SIST what looks best? Yeah, and if I see an SMT present, I like to trade the leading asset in SMT, typically the stronger asset in the pair. And if there's another big thing is if there's a clear draw. If there's no clear draw, I'm less keen on it, just because then it's kind of like blindsided trading. I like to see a clear draw for me to identify where exactly I want to see price move next. That's the typical rundown for me when it comes to continuation sequences. Da-da-da.
Just doubting myself which one I would like to trade, CISD or breaker. I mean, you could go into your charts and backtest and see which one speaks to you more. I mean, I'm primarily breakers. Um, some people are primarily CISDs. It really is personal preference and whatever you feel type of confirmation you need.
Yeah,
Some people only need the order block to form, but for me, I like that little bit of extra confirmation. Breaker blocks are my favorite personally.
breakers are really nice. I'm with you there. Breaker blocks and Sisti. Yeah, those work well. I mean, a combination between both, but also, yeah, I know people have different preferences. I've been using CISDs a lot more recently. All right, so we're getting a strong 3 minute reaction from this fair value, but if we want to see price continue lower, I'm going to need to see closure below 24,065. If not, I'm not really game for it. But 10 o'clock here is in about a minute and a half. So we'll wait until 10, see what happens.
Guys, I've ended for today. No way to take another trade today. Thanks again for your time. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your day, Mr. George.
Yeah, nice seeing you. Have a good one. Once again, guys, if you guys haven't already liked the stream, like the stream, helps us out a bunch. Just got to remind all of you because I know we have 145 of us. I'm not sure how many likes on the stream. I think we're probably over 100. We'll see. We're at 102. We can get it to 120. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys are liking the stream. Be really nice.
We got 109 likes.
There we go.
It's great. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, very choppy. Very choppy opening. Slim. Kind of brutal.
Yeah, we're waiting for 10 o'clock here, which we just got 10 o'clock open. Waiting bacon.
Morning, gang.
Wow, nothing. Yeah,
Morning, Rahul.
seriously nothing right now. Sorry, Bray, cut you off there.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, nothing indeed. That was the ISM manufacturing PMI, still pending on Forex Factory. Or my Forex
Once
Factory.
again, rejecting off this 3 minute fair value here. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, not really anything here, guys. First minute into 10 o'clock, and it's just shaky action. NASDAQ, are you gonna give us sauce or are you gonna give us no sauce? Start a new segment, sauce or no sauce, presented by NASDAQ.
I said manufacturing PMI actual 52.7, forecast 52.3. So it's a little increase on manufacturing inflation for PMI. Not too crazy.
Well, there we go. A bit of a strong bullish leg here on the one. Curious to see if we reject at all for about a complete inverse 3-minute. Who knows? Think PM session will have better price action? Depends, right? It's a little sideways. It's really going to have to depend here.
Really hard to predict the direction here. Take out highs, go lower. Take out lows, go higher. Yeah. Yep, that's kind of the way it is with chopping.
Yep, that would do it.
The choppy environment. Yesterday was a large range expansion, so today can definitely just kind of chop about for the AM session.
1000%. Looks like we might potentially inverse this 3-minute fair value here, dependent on this closure. Yeah, looks like we're about to inverse it. All right, that's an inversion fair value in the 3, so might have a small sequence higher, but not sure by how much. We'll see.
Yeah, I did want to see YM take out that 4 a.m. low as well. Maybe even the 2 a.m. low, that London low. However, no dice there. That could have maybe got me into a long, but like I said, I don't want to be buying all the way up here. We've met standard deviations. This is more prone to chop, I think, than anything. So it's just a matter of sitting and waiting and being patient. This is, unfortunately, the hardest part about trading is sitting around and doing nothing, right? Because our brains are wired to think that we need to be doing something in order to be productive. But sometimes doing nothing is the best position you can be in.
Exactly. Protecting your capital.
Yeah.
Protecting your capital is the ultimate position at the end of the day. You can make a lot of money, you can also lose a lot of money quick, but if you know how to preserve your capital, that's going to be the most beneficial for you long term. That's what leads to true consistency in trading. It's not how many wins you can take or how many losses you can handle. It's can you actually protect your capital?
Preach King.
Curious to see how we react to this inversion fair value here. Not a lot of sauce in it either. This is a very good exercise to be patient right now. 1000%. 1010%. No dice.
Bray, you mentioned that we already made a move up in standard deviations. Where are you measuring that from to get today's move? So I have a few standard deviations that we can use. So all the ones from yesterday have been met. Rather from, yeah, I guess from yesterday's candle, but it's from Monday night. I was measuring the weekly open projections. So from the low of the week to the weekly open, if you look, that's this guy here with this box. This would be your -4 standard deviations of the weekly projection. So that being met inside of a daily fair value gap in a premium, we have a lot of imbalance below us. So it is just kind of a trickier spot to get long. Not that longs can't pay, but I think the safer position is to, if we are going to stay up here and then go long, we need to kind of consolidate a bit and generate some liquidity to then sweep out. And then that'll give me some confidence in longing up here. But until we see that, I'm sitting flat for longs. So that's one of the projections that I'm using. There are some other smaller ones too. Let let me take a look. I actually did not measure this big kahuna here. This big kahuna is all the way
Look
up
at this
here
reaction.
above
This is
the
insane.
previous weekly high. So that's possible. And this -2 here from this swing high to this swing low of the week takes you up into these relative equal highs here above the Tuesday high. So we will see what happens. I just am not keen on getting long up here. I think it's more of a chase than anything. So yeah. And like a lot of people will sit here and say like, oh, this is such a tough read, tough read on the markets. I can't get a direction. I mean, take that as information.
Yeah.
That is like, that's information you can act on. Um, the way to act on it is actually very easy. Well, it's not easy, but it's simple. It's to do nothing, right? So like the market is actually, everyone will say the market's very hard, but they relate it to how easy it is to get into a trade and how easy it is to spot a trade. But as Leia was saying, like being flat is a position. Protecting your capital is one of the most important tasks you can do as a
Hmm.
trader, right? Especially one that thrives and survives, right? So take this information. I mean, this is a very easy market right now because it's just telling me very plainly that I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So if you can sit there and be okay with that and not get anxious doing nothing, which I can speak for myself and say that like in the past, me being someone who like needs to be doing something, I'm a very busybody. I need to know things. I don't like not knowing something. So like if I get price action like this where it's very hard to get a draw and like I don't know the draw, it will put me in like an anxious state and that anxious state leads to being flippant and flipping
Hmm.
bias constantly and then that's where you can get chopped up. So if you're like me and you have had that feeling in the past where doing nothing makes you anxious, sit with that discomfort and just practice being still.
Hmm.
Be where your feet are and just watch the chart. And like that's why these streams are very valuable because we can kind of sit there with you and just kind of chat about this stuff, right? Instead of you sitting alone and having to work on it, right? So um
Definitely.
it is the hardest thing, sitting still.
Absolutely. And I see in chat here, Biochem Comps, I said, I've worked with a lot of venture capitalists. They say no decision is a decision when they want to wait and see more data. Applies to trading. I'm, in my opinion, 100,000%. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely the reality. No decision is a decision. As Bray mentioned, like when you're trading markets, markets are telling you you're consolidating. It's literally a picture perfect notebook, somebody slapping a post-it note on your desk saying, don't trade right now. Right. And so if you're anxious when you see the don't trade right now and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should be trading, like that's honestly, that's a major psychological error on your end because market is clearly depicting to you this is not the type of market you want to be trading. We will present better opportunities, right? And so if you get anxious in that situation and then market finally presents good opportunities, then if you're still struggling in those good opportunities, it's because you're not being patient and you're not capitalizing on when market is actually ready to present you those valuable opportunities. So really does come down to the psychological side, which I know a lot of you in chat, you guys have the technical analysis down, but it's really a matter of the psychology that tends to get to most of us, and myself included. It's happened to me. I've been in the same bucket, right? I didn't just pick up a chart and start becoming a profitable trader. I've been in the same book of discomfort and uneasiness when it came to live market scenarios. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. A lot of you already know what to do and know how to get there. It's just we are prone to get in our own ways, and that's because we all have egos, right? So
yeah.
if you can just learn to get out of your own way and trust the process, and find out the right way, if your process works, man, getting out of your own way is it's it's eye-opening,
Mm-hmm. 1,000%.
incredibly. And we could beat this dead horse all day long and tell you about all the things that you need to do or that you could do to like make your life easier, but like the truth is like you guys can just do stuff, right? You can just show up and just do stuff. If you want to go out and you want to start training for a marathon, you can just do it. Like you have complete autonomy over your decisions. um you just have to think a little less, do a little more, right? I said this yesterday. There are people half as smart as you making twice as much as you because they just aren't smart enough to doubt themselves. So if you can just get out
That's
your own
true.
way and fucking just send it, like, and just follow a good, strict procedure and maintain discipline, like, you are going to go so far. And you're going to fail, but you have to fail in order to succeed, right?
Ha-
It's
Yeah.
like success is on the other side of failure. And it's incredibly important that you just send it. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you
Yeah.
know what a
That
win
is
feels like?
not full port advice. So yeah, that's my little piece of motivation for you guys. And it's something that I've learned. Because like what if I told you that you're only if I told you that you're only 30 failures away from truly achieving success, how fast would you chase that failure? Right? Like you'd probably go
True.
out there and you'd get it done, right? And you'd fail and you'd learn, right? So think about that.
100%.
And this is the type of shit that we'll talk about when we have nothing to do on the charts. I mean, sometimes you'll get a mix of it. You'll get a mix of it. When PA is butter, we're going to be
We're
ripping
locking in.
technicals,
Yeah.
talking about management, and you're going to see that side. But when it's dead like this, I mean, I almost like this better because I like chatting about this stuff with you guys. Obviously, I'd like to yap about the markets and trade and like take some bangers, but this sort of stuff hits for me too.
Yeah. If it's not presenting, there's no reason for us to force it, guys. Like right now, I'm honestly, it is the end of my portion here. Bray's staying on. I'll probably just be hopping off and calling it a no trade day for myself as of right now. I'll hop on if something presents, but for me, it's like I have no reason to stay around markets that I know I'm not really keen on trading. So for me, it's like this is going to be more reason for me to hop off and just kind of sit with the charts, keep the charts open, watch them from time to time, or just hop off for the day, right? Market's not presenting today, but if it presents tomorrow and I take a high quality trade, well, boom, there goes my weekly profits, right? It's like you don't need to trade every day too. So that's kind of the methodology I've adopted, especially more recently, which has helped me out a lot with general consistency in trading. And I highly recommend you guys do the same when it comes to general trading. But I know Bray's hopping on, is staying on this segment here up until around 11, but
Yeah.
I will be personally hopping off right now myself. So Bray will be staying on, everybody. But once again, thank you all for having me on this segment, and I will catch you guys. Honestly, I'll be traveling the next few days, but next week, guys, we'll be live every single day with the lab, whether it's me, Bray, Kane, Alex, Juno. So stay on for Bray. Like the stream if you haven't already, guys, because Bray is going to be cooking up some more psychology or some more trading, etc. So stay on for it. But have a great day, everybody. I'll see you all soon. And yeah, I'm off. Bray's going to stay on once again. So this isn't the end of the stream, but I personally will be hopping off. Thank you and much love to everybody. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. See you later, Leo.
See
Safe
you
travels,
later.
Bubba.
Later. Ciao, ciao.
Okay. So I am going to be here until 11 o'clock, guys. So let's continue the stream. It's been a great stream so far with regards to chatting about some psychological stuff, getting over those barriers, right? We can do a little update on the chart here, and we can see what's going on. At the moment, it looks like we're just seeing kind of a continuation higher within this range. This news from the morning with Iran requesting a ceasefire has kind of been our range that's been set, right? You could see that we have created that range low. And we still have this range high here, and we kind of swept that low that's inside of this breaker with the London low SMT. There haven't been any short confirmations for me with regards to any breaker confirmations on high time frame. So it is just kind of higher for longer. In order for me to get long, like I said, I would have needed to see us maybe be a little bit deeper down into a discount, or maybe meeting some projections. Because at the moment, we're kind of just almost in a seek and destroy, but not quite. It's more or less a range, just a choppy mess. So if I were to see something, or were to anticipate a potential delivery of a draw, it would be up into these highs here, and then we could potentially reset the table and maybe get some SMT, and then we can go short from there. Oh, you have an echo? Okay, thank you for that. Let me figure that out. We're good. Okay, we should be good. Okay, yeah, thank you, Gavin. Okay. Let me know if it's better. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Must have been my mic acting up or something. Anyway, okay. Anyway, like I was saying, we're kind of just sitting right now, guys. There's not a whole heck of a lot going on. Let me just go through the chat here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Do both of you trade ICT? Yes, Leo and I both do trade ICT. Let me see. I don't want to miss anything. I think it all depends on the trader's strategy and edge. This price action may not fit some, but it might fit others. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. If you're more of a short-term scalper and you like playing just range low to range high, then by all means, go out there and fucking kill it. I'm not one to judge someone of how they make money. Like I'm not gonna go. Same reason why I won't go to McDonald's and make fun of someone for making their money that way, or going to make fun of a mechanic for making money that way, right? There's many different ways to make it in this world, right? So I'm not going to pass judgment on someone if they have a system that works for them, right? I judge someone based on their character, not on how they, um, you know, how they get by, right? So if they're a dick about it, different story, but we won't cross that bridge today. We won't cross that bridge today. I don't want to get sucked into any sort of negativity. We got some familiar faces in here, though. Bradley, Da Vinci, you guys. How are you guys doing? I assume you guys have both been flat today as well. PA similar to yesterday. PM might be better. Yeah, could be. Could very well be. I will not be here this PM. I've got a ton of stuff to do, man. It's been a hectic week of moving and stuff. I have to sit and wait for our bed to get here, so I have to bring that all inside and build that, and then I got to go to the gym. I got to hit up Costco, get some groceries, all that fun stuff. When you look at SMT, do you consider SMT on bodies next to Wix? I use Wix for SMT. I don't use bodies personally. Are you still going to do weekly recaps on the weekends? To be determined. To be determined. I think it won't be like on a set schedule in the lab, but if I have time and if I'm feeling, good, then I will do it. I love all these questions coming in. Bray, where in Canada are you from? I'm in the prairies. I'm in Saskatchewan. So I'm basically smack dab in the middle. SMT 935 to 1015 NQNES. Yes, you are correct. Nothing here for me, though. Good running in the new neighborhood. Sure, new scenery is nice. I actually haven't ran because it's been snowing. Were those actual words you just said? Saskatchewan? Yeah, it's a province in Canada. My pick is saying Leo. Oh, okay, Gavin, can you fix? I'm not handsome enough to be Leo. Shit, my bed, it's moving. Fuck off, Darian. I missed your question. Oh dear. Where is it? How do you value different for value gaps in a single range? Using premium and discount, SMT, and standard deviations. So if we have a premium, so if we're looking at a bullish for value gap and we have a series of them, I will use premium and discount. The ones in premium are going to mean a little bit less, but that's where you also use SMT. So if you have SMT at that premium for value gap and it's met standard deviation projections, then that boosts the probabilities of it, right? Otherwise, if you don't have that, then you can just anticipate that the lower one is likely going to be the next spot that we go to, right? So it's just a POI, just like everything else, right? So if I get like a high time frame for value gap is just going to be a lower time frame liquidity point, right? It's going to be a lower time frame liquidity pool. So if we see SMT at that liquidity pool or that fair value gap at our POI, then I will then look for a breaker, and then I will use standard deviations as well. So it's all about building confluences to validate and improve the probabilities of your idea itself, right? Bro, you missed my question. Oh, so you see SMTs even on the 1 minute. I don't use SMTs on the 1 minute. I am strictly 15-minute time frame is my minimum for SMTs. So we're seeing just a continuation higher here, and NASDAQ looks like it wants to run that high. Oh, what am I doing here? I don't want that. There we go. But yeah. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I wish there was some more, technical analysis that I could do in here, but really there's not much going on. I think we're just going to run these highs, and then we might see some action from there. We might see a little something from there. At the moment, the daily open is just kind of down here with a very minimal wick. So I'd like to see some sort of short idea form, but I mean, shit, if it ain't forming, then we just have to sit still. And if it's a flat day for me, it's a flat day. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Hey, Bray. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? I have a strategy to do 10-point TP and 20-point stop loss. Just take a small piece of the pie on IFUGs. Nice. A little negative RR just to get some, make your ends meet. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that use like negative RR or like 1-to-1, and they love it. It's not for me, but hey, like I said earlier, who am I? Who am I to judge? If it works for them and they make money, bro, because they don't know how to catch such big moves. Well, you just hold your trade. Just hold the trade. That's how you catch them. I can't sit with the trade without destroying it. Well, that's something that you'll have to work on, right? You have to test yourself, and you have to be uncomfortable. So the only way to grow is to put yourself through discomfort and sit in it and lean into that discomfort. And then it becomes less uncomfortable over time. What's my average RR? Between 2 and 3. I had a few 1-to-1 trades because of market and wanted to take just the closest liquidity swing lows. It was pretty nice. Yeah, it's smooth, dude. It's so smooth. 1-to-1s are pretty easy. How do you take such sniper entries for 2 to 3 RR? I mean, I wouldn't consider 2-3R like a sniper entry. I think it's standard deviations itself help a lot with that. It's really just a matter of finding signatures and outlining your model, right? Like if I take breakers, so a very simple, like, I guess, entry model for me is we'll draw a crude depiction of it. So like we have, say we have SMT here inside of a high time frame POI. SMT, breaker block, right? Swing low, swing high, lower low, higher high. This breaker block itself measures manipulation, measuring manipulation to thus project distribution. And then let's say that we have a liquidity pool resting up and it's nested with -2 standard deviations. If I take this trade on the breaker, I'm aligning myself with standard deviations, with manipulation, right? The manipulation projects the distribution. And then if it aligns with liquidity, then that is a confluence built, right? So right there, that's whatever 2.23R. So like it's very low stress. And that's why breakers are so helpful, because they show true confirmation. They're attached to the actual manipulation of the SMR itself. And you can use them and anchor them for measuring expansion, right? A lot of people will say the bigger the manipulation, the bigger the expansion. Breakers effectively are the anchoring piece to that manipulation and distribution. Probably been asked, but what's your indicator showing Asia low, London low, etc.? Is it free? Yes, it is. It is ICT, kill zones, and pivots by TFO. ICT, kill zones, and pivots by TFO. It is free. Ray, do you take the IB into consideration at all? Remind me. I don't, but remind me, what is the IB? Remind me. Oh, sorry. The initial balance on each one has been getting a lot of attention lately. What's your take on it? I actually don't look into initial balance. If you would enlighten me on some of it, I would love to hear it. Teach me something. Say, wait for all of these confluences or just a few of them to work for you. So for me, kind of the four main ones in order are going to be liquidity, SMT, breakers, and then standard deviation as a very large confluence. But 1, 2, and 3 are kind of the main ones. So liquidity, SMT, and breakers. You can build a model with just that. No bullshit. Standard deviations help for confluence, for determining when manipulation or expansion has been fully fulfilled. So like perfect example, using standard deviations to validate when a low is put in, right? Look at this breaker from Monday AM. Swing high to swing low. That's your breaker, right? If you draw it out, you could see, right? Looks a lot like the drawing that I gave you. Measure that swing low to swing high manipulation. -2 standard deviations is down here. It is a little bit below the liquidity pool, but it's inside of a very large fair value gap, so you can have some wiggle room. And then look at where the low of the week is formed. And then from there, what do you have? You've got new breaker, well, multiple breakers. You have a large breaker here, and then you use those standard deviations. So let's use this big fella right here. -4. Where does this -4 align with? Friday high. Where does the day finish off? Right at the previous daily high, -4 standard deviations, right? They are incredibly useful. The lab does not do premium streams anymore. No, we do not have any streams inside of our Discord anymore. We don't charge for our Discord. Everyone that's in there right now is in there for free. We are not accepting any new members. We have completely shifted over to the Lab Live on YouTube, and we offer free streams. The quality of the streams and the content is the exact same, if not better, because we have a lovely production team doing a lot of the fancy stuff that you see on the screen that I have no idea how it works. So props to our production team for getting everything in order for that. So these streams are high quality. We aim to have very high quality streams. And the content that we deliver, we're not snubbing you guys because they're free. We want to provide so much fucking value for you guys. It's not even funny. So we appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us. It's been a good first week of the Lab Live. I've never heard of standard deviations. Can you please brief it once on any resources, which is good for this? For me, I like to recommend going straight to the source. So I get all of my got all of my standard deviation knowledge from Trader Dexter. You can find him on Twitter, Trader Dexter. He is a phenomenal source for standard deviations, everything you need to know. But it's very simple. You can just if you can spot breaker blocks, you can use standard deviations. So just go and practice like finding breaker blocks. So like use this one here, for example. I already have it drawn up, but you could see here, draw your swing points, swing low to swing high to lower low. And this actually has London low SMT on it as well. And then you just anchor from the swing low of the manipulation to the high, the swing high before the manipulation occurred. The highest high, not this high, this high, right? And then just use those projections. And then you have, boom, standard deviation projections right there. Leo said London high had already been taken, but this was at 8:40 before New York Open. I always consider the London to be in place till 9:30. How do I see that? I use my London session is anchored between the time of 2 a.m. Eastern to 5 a.m. Eastern. It's not the full London session, I know, but it's the kill zone, and that's just when I use that's the time that I use for my liquidity. So quick rundown, I guess, since we're kind of just watching. My sessions for session liquidity are as follows. Obviously, the daily candle is from 1800 to 1800, or 1800 to 1659. However, the day goes out like this. So Asia session, this is all in New York time, right? So UTC -4. 8 p.m. to midnight. And then you have London, that is 2 to 5. Then you have New York AM session, and that is 9:30 to 12. Some people use 8:30. That's completely okay. And then you have lunch. That is 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And then you have the PM session, or the New York PM session, which is 1300 to 1600. So these are your session times. So for me, London being 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., I have it anchored on my indicator already. You find your time window between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. You find your high and low. You've got your high up here, your low down here. Boom, there's your London session range. But if you have an indicator, like the one that I shared, the ICT kill zones and pivots, it'll do it for you. You just gave me OCD with those lower caps. Sorry, bro. I was just typing fast. Hey, thank you so much for the mentality shift. I think I will make my strategy with a positive RR now. I mean, hey, go back test it. Go back test it and try it out. Don't just go implement anything without testing it first. At the very least, just to train your eye. But I will urge you to go and test yourself by way of putting yourself through discomfort, because I know traders who, all the way from barely profitable to making millions and millions of dollars per year, both of them are the same in that they are putting themselves through discomfort to grow. It doesn't just stop. You don't just become profitable and all the discomfort fades away. No, because you're going to push for more, right? You're going to strive for more. This is the most scalable job in the world. So why wouldn't you take advantage of that scaling opportunity and try to grow your capital in a meaningful and exponential manner, right? But in order to do that, the caveat is that you have to be uncomfortable a lot of the time. A lot of the time, you have to be uncomfortable. So you just get used to, leaning into that discomfort and understanding that growth occurs from there, right? Garden doesn't grow without a little bit of rain, ladies and gentlemen. First hour range, high, low, mid is key. 70-80% of the time, once one side breaks, price doesn't come back to the other. Okay. Do you generally get trades with so many confluences daily in the New York AM session? Yeah, I'd say pretty often. There's probably a setup every day for me. Somewhere along the day. Not specifically in AM sessions. A lot of the time the AM session is going to be a complete flat one. But yeah. We are at NDOG Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, we are. Yeah, that's over here, right? Or am I tripping? 25th, 26th. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, there's a new week opening gap we're inside as well. How relevant is midnight opening these days? Do you still include it in your strategies? Yes, I do. So I use a combination of the midnight open and the digital open for anchoring for the daily candle. I use them as important fair value areas to measure, manipulation, and I use standard deviations for them as well. So much like I used the weekly low to the weekly open, I'll do the same thing with midnight and digital open. Digital open being the 6 p.m. open. You can measure from that to the opening price to get projections. But today you don't really have it because midnight, there's very little manipulation below midnight and very little manipulation below the 1800 open. So I don't really have a way of projecting those. If we're bearish and we flip midnight and digital open, I can use those projections for lower, which would be quite nice. But since I'm from India, I generally trade the AM session since PM session is too late at night. Yeah, hey, make do with what you can. The New York AM session is a great session to trade. If I could trade any session, it would, in my time zone, it would probably be the AM session. What's your usual stop size for 2-3 R to R? It varies based on volatility. Lately, they've been like between 60 and 80 points. But when times are a little bit slower and volatility is not as ramped up, and we don't have as big of expansions, then like I can get 20-point stops, 30-point stops. So it's all relative based on volatility. I'm struggling with one thing. I can't figure out the bias. Like, how do we do this even if we see daily as bullish? The candle could just be a small red candle and then there is no benefit of bias. Start on the daily chart and study swing points. Go look at T-Trade's daily bias video. Start there. And then apply liquidity, SMT, breaker blocks, or CISDs, standard deviations, and go back. You have a world. The world is your oyster. You have so much data that you can go look through. So go test, go study. There's no quick resource, but T-Trade's video on daily bias is a great place to start because he'll teach you about daily swings. He'll teach you about open, high, low, close, things like that. Yeah. Daily bias is like one of the hardest things because you're also having to trust yourself with that analysis too. What's with midnight open? Why is that an important level? It's just it's an ICT thing. In his 2022 mentorship and prior, I guess in 2016, in his core content, he uses midnight opening price as a true day open, because a lot of the algorithms and whatnot work on Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, and the daily changeover on Eastern Standard Time is midnight. So midnight, it's a method and it works, and it's a signature that he's found to work and I've found to work. So it's an ICT thing. Please explain to everyone that you place stop loss based on invalidation zones, not in fixed points. Yes. So my stop loss will change based off of where the invalidation zone is, right? So let's say that I'm long from this breaker. And say I, whatever, got long inside of that for value gap. I'm not going with a fixed contract size, right? My contract size is dictated by two things. Number one, how much money am I willing to risk on this trade? Number two, how many points is my stop loss to an invalidation point, right? I do not form fit my stop loss. My stop loss goes in the same spot 90% of the time with regards to trading a breaker. And it's going to be at the swing low of the breaker manipulation. It's not at the breaker low. It's not at the low of the fair value gap. It's not at the body low. It's at the lowest low. That's my invalidation point. Why? Because price can trade inside of this area for as long as it wants and remain valid. This breaker gets invalidated when it trades below the lowest low. So I know my risk in dollars. I know my stop loss in points, 85 points. Say I want to risk $300. I know that if I'm risking 1 micro, that's going to be about 170 bucks. And then if I want to risk 300, so that'd be 2 micros, that would be about 340 bucks, which $40 difference based on my frequency, not that bad. I might enter one, and then if I can get a little bit of a deeper cut, I'll enter again to even out that risk a little bit better. So very important that you base your stop loss off of invalidation. The term stop loss is literally to stop further loss. So you should put your stop loss at an invalidation point, because if it goes below that low, you're going to be even more wrong, and you don't want to be in the market, right? Based on volatility, got it. And your entry is on M15, or do you drop down to lower time frame? Missed the start of the stream if you already talked about that. I do 15-minute time frame entries a lot of the time, a good chunk of the time, but I'm not afraid to enter on the 1 minute as well, granted specific criteria is met. Do I believe in the algo? I believe that I have a hard time believing that the market runs on one singular algorithm. I think the market is made up of a ton of different algorithms. Because if it was made on one single algorithm, it'd be pretty easy to decode it and find out how it works. I think the market is built by many algorithms, and a lot of the intraday volume and the intraday volume and the volume in general is made up by these algorithms, these HFTs that are built by large institutions. So you just look at where the money is, right? Where's the money? Large speculators, institutions, central banks, market makers, things like that. They, a lot of the time, run off algorithms. So kind of put two and two together that way. I don't like the whole tinfoil hat thing. I used to, but man, I'm just here to find an edge and trade that edge. It's not that serious. I'm not too worried about getting fucking kidnapped. Which is just crazy to me. I know the world's a fucked up place and all, but I mean, you can't dwell on that. Sure thing. Thanks, man. It's my first time talking with you, followed you. I appreciate that. I'm glad I was able to help in one way or another. Stick around for further streams, and I'll continue to hopefully teach you more. High frequency algos is a real thing and have been around for many, many years to provide liquidity and stability in the marketplace. That's just facts. Yep, absolutely. Nail on the head. Bray's just here to make some money, eat bacon, and run. Legit. Yeah, legit. Got a new half marathon PR on the weekend. We're in that sub 129 half marathon territory now. Any more running competitions coming up on YouTube? No, I was gonna. So I have a marathon. I have a marathon in a month in Vancouver, but I didn't document it because I've just been, I mean, admittedly too busy to do it, and I couldn't find the bandwidth to uh, uh to document it. Plus, I've been training for this marathon like 99% um on the treadmill because our winters are so brutal. So I've been training for this marathon on a treadmill. I feel like an absolute freaking hamster on a hamster wheel. Yeah, I couldn't risk running outside because it's so icy and snowy, and I could get hurt. And I don't want to do that because I've been running so much. So I want to be healthy. Validation actually game changer and eliminates guessing. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. There should be no guesswork in your stop loss. It should be static in terms of where you put it. Not static by points, static by location. Man, we have got nothing going on here. Like I've been yapping, just hoping that we do something, but there's been nothing. We got some hourly high SMT with YM. That's it. I, and we have equal highs on this current high day at the 8:30 high. So and build cabinets. Yeah, I've kind of yeah, I got a lot of building to do. I want to see that relevant swing high get taken out with SMT and smack this lower. Yeah, me too. Might have to wait till lunch. Like I could see us putting in a new 15-minute swing. So like do lunch high or AM high SMT. New breaker to anchor off of. NASA rocket launch later. You watching it? That'd be more Leo's thing than my thing, I think, right? That is a very dude thing to do, though, to watch it. I don't think I'll be able to, though. Yeah, yeah. What is my bias? Currently higher, subject to change. I don't have any sort of engagement with the market right now, though. I'm very much just sitting flat, regrettably. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I don't have much for you. I don't have much for you. It's been a boring day. Trump is addressing the nation tomorrow. Might be a market might be a little boring until then. Yeah. That guy needs a speaker. He's a certified yapper. I was looking for a long, but the PA is not that clean. No, it's been rather choppy, to be fair. How are you guys doing this morning, though? What's your favorite book on trading psychology? I have it somewhere. It's out of reach, and I don't want to step off camera. But it's called the fuck is it called? Path to Successful Trading by Yumi Sakura, I think is her name. It's a great book. Yes. The Path to Success in Trading. It's a yellow book by Yumi Sakura. It's a good book. Mastering the Mental Game of Trading is good by Stephen Goldstein. Um, and then I sound super cliche by saying this, but like the best the best trading psychology book you can read is probably your own journal. Granted that you are meticulous and you are consistent with journal entries. It reminds me, have you been able to read Barista to a Billionaire? No, dude, I've been so fucking busy. I want to read it. I need to get it, but yeah, the Jared Tendler book is good as well. There is the high of day. Now we have some SMT at high of day. We do have a new breaker anchored. Hour is almost over. I wish I could stop taking 14 trades a day so journaling would be a lot easier. I feel that. I feel that. If you commit to journaling, you will take less trades because there's nothing more annoying than having to journal half a dozen or a dozen trades. So we've got some SMT on that current high of day. However, yeah, just gonna sit and watch. We could be reaching for some standard deviations of this London session breaker here at 24 312. Sorry, I was backed away from my mic. Yeah. Yeah. PM session might eat. Make sure you guys tune in for that, by the way. Alex is streaming the PM session starting at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. New York time. He's been on a heater lately too. So, I mean, if you want to watch that, watch the man make some money, then that'll be the place to be. Oh boy. Pardon me. Yawning. We are nearing the end of the AM segment as well. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that they want to chat about before we end off here? Anything at all? If you guys have not yet liked the stream, I would really appreciate it if you like the stream. Because it makes me feel better if you guys like the stream. And it tells us that we're doing something right. And if you have concerns and you want some things changed, if you maybe didn't like something, let us know as well, because we're always looking to improve. So if you haven't already, like the stream, just give it a like, subscribe, and we're going to be doing these every day, 3 streams a day, every day, Monday to Friday. We got 5 minutes though to kind of to close out the stream. But it seems like you guys enjoyed the stream. I just want to say thank you for a very good stream. Very much appreciated. Yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Da Vinci, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the stream. Really helpful. Good stream. You guys are great. Couldn't do it without y'all. Couldn't do it without you. We'll catch a banger one of these days. Yesterday we took one short in the PM session and it was a loss, but it was a great trade nonetheless. This day, however, was a good test of patience. If there's a slogan for today, it's patience. The name of the word of the day is patience. Do you ever take trades on stream? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I guess you asked at the perfect time because I answered your question already. Yeah, I do. But today was not that day. And I will provide analysis, even if it's not my model and it's not my trade. I will provide analysis because there are a lot of times where the market delivers and I just am not involved because my model's not there, but I will still gladly read it with you guys. Because I'm not just here to just trade, right? I'm here to provide analysis and have some friendly banter with y'all. So yeah. Yeah, GG's gang. Thank you guys for tuning in. We could probably close it out here. I don't see much. Let's do a little outlook for the rest of the day, okay? So as it stands right now, we have some current high of day SMT at the 8:30 data high with YM and ES, both of them failing to take out that high. So for me personally, short term, I'd wait for this hour to close because look at how this hourly candle is closing. Very bullish. I would say maybe look for 11 o'clock to sweep the high, maybe take some standard deviations, and then you could look for shorts, or you can see 11 o'clock open low, tag this OB. And then on the 15-minute, we'll actually form a swing point, rather a breaker swing. And then we can maybe see some lunch high SMT or AM high SMT in the afternoon. And then that can give us a run lower. But as it stands right now, any short that you take is going to be short-lived because you don't have any high time frame confirmation. So 1-minute breakers are only as good as the 1-minute projections that they provide you. So make sure that you are careful if you are shorting because you do not want to be trying to catch tops, being Mr. Big Go-Getter, right? You want to wait for your proper confirmations and utilize that high time frame trend as your barometer for where the direction is likely to be. Okay, so be careful today. I probably will not be trading the PM session. As I stated earlier, I have a lot of things to do, but I will be streaming in here tomorrow afternoon. I'll be trading tomorrow morning. But I will not be streaming. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Arturo took my first payout on my 50K funded account in February. I've had a pretty rough month last month, and I'm like 600 away from blowing my funded. Any tips to not lose my mind or any trading tips? Hey, if you made money already from it following your model, your only job is to execute and to follow that model. If it results in a loss of a funded account that has rules that are stacked against you, take it on the chin, big guy. You got it. You'll be all right, right? If you're going to fail this one, you can get another one. If you made money once, you can make money again. So keep your chin up, big dog. Pick that crown up and just keep moving forward and don't act out of desperation. Trade your model, trade your process, and believe me when I tell you that it will get better and you will succeed. Granted that you don't be a fucking dickhead, okay? You got it, big dog. You got it. When is Kane coming back? I'm not sure when he's streaming next. I imagine he'll be back tomorrow. He's on Ninja Trader today, so that's why he's not present today. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Kind of a bummer AM session in terms of PA wise, but we had a lot of good chats about psychology, risk management, shit like that. It was a good time. So I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I hope you enjoyed yourself most of all. Please leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to the stream. Put your notifications on so you don't miss another stream. We stream London session 2:45 to 4:45 a.m. Eastern. We stream 8 to 11 a.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. 3 streams a day, Monday to Friday. We're sending it this year. I hope you guys are going to join along for the ride. We provide a lot of this value to you guys out of the goodness of our hearts, and we really want you all to really enjoy your time here, and we can all grow together. So thank you guys. I'm going to sign off now, go get my shit done. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next one, okay? Peace.